agenda.
They're putting it on our culture. They're putting it everywhere. Gay stuff is everywhere.
The ultimate agenda that we are looking at, that this enemy is pushing, is depopulation. We have to get this through our mind.
And I feel, they're attacking our children. You make everybody support this. Who love these rappers?
The kids?
The kids!
Question about the gay agenda.
Little Mama is facing criticism for recently posting a homophobic comment under an anti-LGBT conspiracy video shared by extremist Rizza Islam. Little Mama shared under the post, or is it the government pushing it through the LGBT?
If you ask me, it seems to me that this man is turned on, right, by these children.
This is a man. Who was in the crowd? Children. And who right there chilling with the children, looking at a man shake his balls backwards?
I was booked for an event. Like I get booked and like other artists get booked for events. And I showed up to do my job. I'm not out here trying to aim for nobody's fucking children. That's what the fuck we not about to do. Don't try to equate my activism and the music that I'm making about trans people being able to use the right restroom as if I'm out here trying to come for your motherfucking kids. Cause y'all don't have this same smoke for the pastors that's raping and abusing y'all motherfucking children, but y'all see trans people and automatically y'all want to go straight for the motherfucking juggler and don't have this same smoke for the niggas right in y'all own goddamn families, y'all uncles and y'all cousins, y'all daddies, y'all homeboys fucking on little motherfucking children, but y'all see a trans woman and all of a sudden it's all this goddamn smoke. They call my existence an agenda. They say LGBTQ people are influencing children, while generations of kids were raised on fear, shame, violence, and religious conditioning before they were even old enough to think for themselves. They call us dangerous to children, but never question the fear planted into young minds through religion, politics, toxic masculinity, hate disguised as morality, or the violence consistently pushed through music, media, and culture. And the irony is, a lot of the people screaming the loudest about a so-called LGBTQ agenda are the same people consistently bringing up LGBTQ topics, obsessing over trans lives, trans bodies, and who other people love more than we do ourselves. We're simply existing, defending ourselves, posting content, and living our lives. While they keep turning our existence into a cultural panic, they accuse us of pushing an agenda, while generations have been raised on fear disguised as faith and control disguised as morality. So tell me again, who's really pushing agendas? Maybe that's the real agenda. So can y'all all just shut the fuck up?
I was born male at birth, now I'm living as a bad bitch. I'm a trans woman, I was born with a dick. Ain't got no coochie, but I got a booty hole. If you're transphobic, I'ma sit my balls on your nose.
I don't give a fuck. How the fuck you gonna blame me? Cause it was a child sitting in the fucking audience. What the hell? They booked me to perform at an event, and that child was sitting with his mama. So that's on the mother to have some discretion for her fucking child. I ain't no fucking babysitter.
But why are you trying to confuse little kids though?
Yeah,
look at you. You don't even know who you want to be.
Child, these niggas always out here talking about some damn agenda. What agenda? Let's go.
I was born male at birth, now I'm living as a bad bitch. I'm a trans woman, I was born with a dick. Ain't got no coochie, but I got a booty hole. If you're transphobic, I'ma sit my balls on your nose. Down low niggas in the comments acting mad. When ain't nobody looking, they be begging for some ass. It's a fleet and I'm a nigga, I'm about to dush. Cause I'm gon' sit on your face and I'ma push.
Niggas hating trans women, how the fuck we got them triggered? Ain't no gun to their head, so how the fuck it's an agenda? Curious in they mind, now they hands on their toes. How they bash trans women when they booty holes swole? Restricted freedom like niggas be in detention, but I must be what they want cause niggas stay up in my mention. I drop titties at the top and dick at the bottom. If you mad, I'm being honest, and bitch, you are the problem.
I was born male at birth, now I'm living as a bad bitch. I'm a trans woman, I was born with a dick. Ain't got no coochie, but I got a booty hole. If you're transphobic, I'ma sit my balls on your nose. Down low niggas in the comments acting mad. When ain't nobody looking, they be begging for some ass. It's a fleet and I'm a nigga, I'm about to dush. Cause I'm gon' sit on your face and I'ma push.
Y'all be the same one saying that y'all want us to be honest, but some of y'all still transphobic in my comments. I'm a transgender artist, bitch, I told you in the song. We be damned if we do, we be damned if we don't. Throwing dirt, they try to bury trans women like a seed, but that's like trying to pick who breathe the air that they breathe. I'm bringing awareness like I'm the notification bell, like AOL, nigga, you've got mail.
Male at birth, now I'm living as a bad bitch. I'm a trans woman, I was born with a dick. Ain't got no coochie, but I got a booty hole. If you're transphobic, I'ma sit my balls on your nose. Down low niggas in the comments acting mad. When ain't nobody looking, they be begging for some ass. It's a fleet and I'm a nigga, I'm about to dush. Cause I'm coochie, but I got a booty hole. If you're transphobic, I'ma sit my balls on your nose. Down low, niggas in the comments acting mad. When ain't nobody looking, they be begging for some ass. It's a fleet and I'm a nigga, I'm about to dish. Cause I'm gon' sit on your face and I'ma push.
I took a hit for the team. Took a bullet for the dream that we would one day all be free, free from prejudice, free from sexism, free from bigotry. I die for creativity. I die for freedom to be free. I died and left a legacy. Oh, but baby, I'm still live through technology. After the sun, then comes the rain. And after the storm, the sun will start shining. Blood seas of pain, and tears of pain, and tears of pain, and a dash of struggle, justification. Your destiny will manifest, yes, falls in the
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? It's your dude BubzDaGawd here with yet another live for you all. Happy Pride, bitch! Happy Pride to all of the queer people who motherfucking made it. For the queer people who are doing the damn thing as far as taking care of their own mental health, emotional health, and realizing that you only have one life to live, so you might as well live that motherfuckers the best way that you can, especially if you're not harming yourself or other people. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? We are back with another live. Hope everybody is doing well. Shout out to Queen Steve in the building, okay? So, hi, Bubs, you yummy leprechaun. I'm the yummy leprechaun. Y'all welcome, okay? I was just talking to Deshaun about this, about how the transphobes and homophobes will come out because it's Pride Month, especially the red pill space. Hell yeah, like I said, a lot of these red pill commentators and stuff, oh baby, they about to eat really good in the neighborhood. Some of them need to push away from the table. The table needs a restraining order against them. The hibachi grill needs a restraining order against them. But, girl, like I said in my last live, girl, DoorDash about to be popping, about to be lit. Baby, I might end up DoorDashing again, girl. Especially where these big back hoes finna be in reference to Pride Month. But since it's Pride Month, baby, I'm gonna give these hoes exactly what they giving out. I mean, y'all, Lord and Savior did say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, okay? So since y'all doing that to queer people, we're just here to give you the mirror effect, okay? But before we get into the live, you know we got to be smart and do things the right way. Boom, copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing, nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. All the videos, songs, images, and graphics used in this live belong to their respective owners, and BubzDaGawd does not claim any rights over them, because if y'all hoes try to sue me, you would just be practicing, okay? So we're going to jump right back in where we left off with part 1. This is part 2 of the Amir and Blaire sit down in reference to their perspectives about the LGBT community. I also saw that Amir, in good fashion, girl, because it's Pride Month, decided that the first video for Pride, girl, which just came out recently, I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I will be watching it, where he is saying that LGBT activists are the issues. People in the community who see a need and see a change. And we're not talking about those who are scammers. We're not talking about those who are stunt queens. We're not talking about them, okay? They will be held accountable in their own time. We're talking about the individuals who actually see something happening in the community, a lack in the community, and is doing what they can to bring awareness and voice to the marginalized groups of people that a lot of people claim are the protected class. And then when we talk about Black LGBT, that's a whole different intersection right then and there. And make sure y'all go ahead and check out the live from last night on CTV's platform, where I, and a few others sat down. Well, really, they did. I just sat back and listened. No shade. Sometimes you got to shut the hell up and listen, especially when there are other people talking in the room who are smarter than you. I can do that. So make sure y'all check that live out. Shout out to Brielle. Shout out to Making Our Lives Easier. Shout out to Jaya, just coming up on the platform and sharing their perspective, their ideas, their viewpoints, especially when it comes down to LGBTQ plus advocacy, activism, okay, and nonprofit work. So make sure y'all check that live out. Dope ass live. Okay. Queen Stevie says, "Oh no, I dare him to say that to Hope Giselle." And so here's the thing. He'll go sit with the white guys, but he's not going to come and sit down with the black. Let me take that back. We have seen him questioning. Child, that live was 4 hours. Yes, it was. That's what happens when you rocking with the Kang, baby. This ain't no wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. As much as that would be easier, as much as that would be lighter, because these topics, these issues are so complex, we need to consistently hammer away at this in order to actually get on the same accord, okay? Which is why today with part 2, along with part 1 yesterday, but with part 2, I'm going to continue to give my perspective, my commentary, add nuance to the areas in both which Amir and Blaire are obviously lacking in. So yeah, with that being said, let me shut the hell up. Let me go ahead and put my other background music on. Make sure y'all check out this artist known as Yall Gully. That's YALEGULLEY. Yall Gully, dope ass artist from Detroit, makes conscious music. Pen game is sick. Make sure y'all check him out. But anyway, let's go ahead and get my music together. Is this it? Yes, this is it. Amen, girl, because y'all can't sit up here and get me, bitch, because talking about copyright, girl. I know the motherfucker that made the instrumental, bitch, and they told me I can use it. So shut up. Anyway, let's get back into the video.
I've never been into big pharma, but I trusted doctors more because it was okay,
right,
I'll trust you. But now I'm what the hell y'all talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You got doctors saying
sunlight's bad fine during COVID.
Fill a skating park with sand.
Right.
That
sunlight, the thing that every living thing on the planet needs. They're don't get that.
No.
Yeah.
I can't with the trans kids. Do you feel
I can't. I feel so bad for them.
I'm comfortable with I don't know the right term, visibly transitioning, social transitioning, I guess. Would you do that for a child?
Now, before Blaire answered that question with her being an actual transsexual woman, which means she went through with the full SRS, it's funny that in this commentary, and again, I don't know when this was recorded. This is probably recorded way before, maybe, the video or sit down with Mason, I believe that's her name, on the, I'm about to say Lisa Fisher, girl, podcast. Not Lisa Fisher. The something Fisher, I forgot her name, girl, podcast. Amir kept bringing up social transitioning. I feel like the answer should be social transitioning. And I also agreed with the fact that for children, I believe that social transitioning should be the first step in their trans experience for them to even see if that is their path. Since the whole medical and surgical aspect has people's motherfucking underwear and panties in a bunch, then maybe we can go down this path. But it's just interesting because he used that as a talking point against trans activists and those that are trans allies and supporters of trans existence. But in this conversation with a transsexual woman, all of a sudden you don't remember the term, or I think it's called social transitioning. So now you're sitting here questioning the one thing that you threw in other people's faces about what possibly could be the case in order to reduce, quote unquote, trans children harming themselves or being harmed or being mutilated. Interesting. Let's continue.
When I'm a child, but I guess middle school, high school, what would your limits be?
I think that I'm not a parent, so perhaps if I was, I'd have a different perspective. But for me, I think that there's 1,000,001 ways to be supportive emotionally, mentally, spiritually to a child that don't involve something medical, that don't involve something that is permanent. Honestly, maybe I'm even a little more conservative than you on this. I don't think I would encourage or necessarily allow a child to wear the opposite gender's clothing at school.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But that also goes to the whole social transitioning. Social. They're going to be talking to other people. They're going to have to go in the world. Now, if you want to start off with the social transitioning as far as, okay, in the house, you can explore that until you get into a more comfortable space and have a secure foundation. Because again, these are the formative years that y'all throw in queer people's faces. So this is the time for y'all to love on queer people. And again, in the reference to this conversation, trans, okay, you can wear the wig in the house, the makeup in the house, the lipstick in the house, the article of clothing in the house, the accessories in the house, practicing with your pronouns, practicing with the name. Like, we can do all this stuff in the house, but eventually they're going to have to go out into the world. And the reason why I feel like Blaire and Amir wouldn't let their children dress outside of the school, outside of the house, is because they know the shit that comes with it. They know how society is going to react. Hell, Amir and Blaire both had their instances growing up. Even though they're not parents, they were once children and they had parents. So there is a level of understanding there. So it's just very confusing to me how, again, we offer social transitioning, but now it's just, well, I don't know if I would have my child wear it outside of the house and wear it in school, because you know your child gonna get bullied, you know your child gonna be made fun of, you know your child gonna possibly get their ass whooped, beat, all this type of ish. And no shade, when you are a parent, your job is to protect your children. And if I were to become a parent, because now I'm questioning if I even want to become one, I also understand that because my child or children, or however many children I have, because they are going to have two fathers, I'm going to prepare my children for the world, i.e. self-defense. I don't give a damn about what somebody else is motherfucking saying. Because my child, I'm going to teach my child to have the ability to pick and choose what they respond to. You ain't got to respond to everything. But once somebody put their hands on you, oh, it's a whole different story. You whoop their ass, and baby, the way I'm going to be training my damn kids, it's going to be like little John Wicks in this bitch. Hello, Mr. Bubs. Yeah, what's going on? Yes, we're calling from so-and-so middle school. Yes, we need you to come down here right now. The police and ambulance are here. Really? What happened? Oh, your son or your daughter picked up a motherfucking book and beat the shit out this kid with it. Now this kid is in fucking ICU. We need you to come down. That's cool. You survived the encounter. Your fathers will handle the grown and legal shit. Because if we were actually living in a world where people actually cared about queer people, or to be honest, get to a point to where it's like, I really don't give a fuck if they trans. What's your name? What's your pronouns? Okay, I'm gonna call you as that. Moving along. But because organized religion is heavy in this country, these people cannot walk away. These people cannot not ignore queer people, because if they do, then in their subconscious mind, based on the indoctrination, God's going to judge me. I'm going to lose out on my heavenly car payments, my heavenly rent payments. I'm going to lose out on getting my mansion in heaven because I was supposed to let that queer person know how evil, how wrong, how demonstrative, how destructive they are. Which is why, again, with Miss Blaire White, since she is a new Christian, I'm going to need to see commentary and videos of her challenging other Christians. Since this is Pride Month and we know the Christians are going to come the fuck out, I'm going to need for you to challenge their talking points. Because again, you have not made it clear to us how you, not as a transgender woman, but as a transsexual woman who no longer has her equipment, how are you exempt? Because the arguments used against trans people is that no matter what you do, no matter how you change your appearance, your bones gonna tell whether you was male and female. Your teeth, we're gonna tell if it's male or female. All these other things. So again, Miss Blaire, I'm gonna need for you to make this make sense. And these are the gays that we're talking about who benefited from Pride, who benefited from the blood, sweat, tears, the arrests. They benefit from that. I benefit from that. Everybody that is queer in America benefited from that. the same fucking toxic ass narrative that was thrown at us, they were the ones that were able to do the one thing that Amir and Blaire, I feel like they could do more of, but they actually faced the fear. And Queen Stevie said, PragerU, Turning Point USA, Heritage Foundation. What do they all have in common? I know what it is. White supremacy. And again, this is Pride Month, so instead of Amir and Blaire releasing all these videos about how LGBT people this and LGBT people that, how about y'all use y'all power, y'all influence, y'all connection? Why don't you, again, Amir, since you were featured on PragerU, why don't you get into connection with them and say, hey, can we have a Turning Point USA version of a family-friendly Pride event? Instead of talking shit about other Pride events that y'all don't even fucking go to, and y'all rely on sound bites and clips to be able to formulate your whole worldview or cultural view about the queer community, how about y'all be the solution for the problem that y'all say y'all see? Create the family-friendly Pride events. And for the Pride events that y'all deem to be non-family friendly, then I need for y'all to say, hey, well, guess what? If you're looking for a Pride event, don't go to so-and-so Pride event, because their Pride event is a little bit more risque. It's a little bit more liberal. If you want more conservative, family-friendly, you know your children are going to be okay, and you actually want to learn about the history of the queer community, because even though Blaire sits up here and uses her Christian viewpoint to say that, oh, they named themselves after a deadly sin, which is pride. The reason why it's called Pride, this is really gagging me, because it's like a lot of, I don't know about Blaire, but Amir, my nigga, you was literally about to kill yourself. You literally have visible marks on your fucking body. The reason why it's called Pride is because, in the words of Dorinda Clark Cole, bitch, I am still here. And it's by the grace of God, the same God that y'all said tried to destroy us, still kept us. And I do agree with Blaire in reference to having a personal relationship, but Miss Mamas, you are part of a Republican Party, a conservative party that don't play that motherfucking personal relationship-ish. Because as long as you are a transsexual woman, according to them, God's not done with you yet. Let's continue to listen to the commentary. And what's going on? We got DJ The Truth TV in the building. Blaire has always been weird to me. I still have to get more into her because I don't know much about her content. I just discovered her on Amir's platform. So maybe I'll be doing my research and digging on that. Or if you guys have seen some of her commentary and you want to share it, you know, send it to me. Send it to me on Instagram, BubzDaGawd, and we can get into it. We have Sean Rockers TV. I have always wondered how LGBTQ plus conservatives sleep at night with the lack of information that they have. That's probably why they sleep at night, because they don't know. Or in Amir's point, because Amir said in one of his videos, oh, I be crying a lot. I be crying a lot. I wonder why you crying a lot. You shouldn't be crying at all, right? The gays are doing good. You're doing good. You have your plot of land in the deep south. You with your white husband. Y'all got y'all dogs. Y'all got y'all motherfucking, what's the name of that car that Elon Musk came out with? Girl, you got your motherfucking car like that. Your money coming in. You obviously making bank. You obviously being invited by all these other people, and you're getting to the bag. So where is the other sad part stuff at? And I gotta assume, is a part of you guilty because you know deep down inside that you are actually harming the queer community more so than helping it? And the fact that you have been making a bag and now your life revolves around the bag that you make, that now all of a sudden you too deep in to where you can't let go of it. But I mean, this is what real activism looks like, baby. You put other people over your own stuff. Because it's not just about you, it's about the bigger picture. And we know that Amir is not going to do that. Marsha P. Johnson, Silva Ramirez, James Baldwin, Jackie Shane, Baird Rustin. Okay? See what else y'all saying. What's going on? Happy Pride, happy Pride. Girl, let me get my neck bones and chicken. Girl, y'all making me hungry in this BRBR. Who is Blaire? What do T.S. Madison say about the white gays that would choose their privilege and Christian values before choosing for the betterment of the overall community? No shade, because they're white. See, this shit is so intersected. And it's funny, like, We live in the information age. There's no reason for people to be dumb and stupid and ignorant as fuck. And then get mad when people educate y'all about the shit that y'all ignorant about. That makes no sense to me. But now we gotta pay, now we gotta watch our mouth. Now we gotta have respect. You motherfuckers never respected us. So how the fuck do y'all get respect from us when y'all ain't respect us? So again, for this ignorant ass viewpoints and perspectives, I'm going to always give the smoke, and it's Pride Month, bitch. So y'all definitely gonna get all the motherfucking fairy dust, rainbow fart ass shit y'all way. And no shade, I feel like some of y'all motherfuckers like it. And if y'all do, no homo. Because it's always be some ugly, and I hate using that word because I don't even talk like this, but it's Pride Month, bitch. So I'm gonna give y'all hoes what y'all want. It's explicit commentary. It's always some slew-footed, knock-kneed, cankle, motherfucking Dunlap, stomach Dunlapped, bitch. Male begot motherfucking Triple H titties hanging down. Orangutan titties, gorillas in the mist titties. Burnt motherfucking dark, big back, fucking pack of hot dog necks ass niggas always talking about keep that gay shit away from me. Keep that gay shit away from me. Girl, the gay shit wasn't nowhere near you, bitch. It's at this point, it's hoes over bros when it come to you. Again, I'm a whole top, and I put that on my motherfucking height. So y'all know it's not a lot. I'm 5'2". Bitch, I'm not playing no games. But in regards to some of these niggas who think that gay men want them because they're a man, bitch, I would let all of the females and the trans women, girl, take turns topping the fuck out of me, bitch. And I don't even play like that. My eyebrows burning right now thinking about being slutted out by these group of women along the spectrum, bitch. But I would do that before I do anything with these ain't shit ass niggas who think that gay men just want them because you're a man. Women don't even want you, my nigga. So what is you talking about? Anyway, let's continue.
I think maybe a healthy thing would be like, there is such a thing as unisex clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of pants now are more so unisex. I see regular like straight guys wearing skinny jeans, hoodies are unisex. So
the devil is a motherfucking lie queen. Don't put that on me.
But I think that it's of the utmost importance to raise a young boy to become a good man and a young girl to become a good woman. And
so what happened to you, Blaire? Using your own logic, you should have not been who you are. Or unless you're stating in the way of, well, if your child is trans, just help them to be the best version that they can be, which you have people doing that. Just like with episode or part 1 where you used the clip of the trans girl getting that implant in her arm when she was a preteen and now she is a teenager. She does not do OnlyFans. She is an advocate, and from what I heard or learned, she's an advocate from my home city, Detroit. She living her best life and living her best life in such a way that her own father, who was once a mother, ended up walking in his truth, and now he is living his best life. So again, that's why I can somewhat understand when people say trans for me, but not for thee. This is kind of what it's giving. And again, Blaire, you gonna have to put the information out. Now, if I'm ignorant and I don't know, again, send me the information. I'm not beyond reproach and I will stand corrected. But understand, I'm gonna do my research. And if 2 and 2 not adding the fuck up, then it's gonna be a problem and an issue, and we're gonna come back with another diagnosis. Not even diagnosis, I ain't gonna say that. Scratch that from the record. Strike that from the record. Okay? Come back with another commentary to kind of get into it. What y'all saying? What you mean same here? Same here what? IG. They play the victim too much. They know exactly what they see doing and saying. They just don't want consequences for their actions. You see how these gay Christians are so damn hypocritical? No shade. And again, I can speak to that because I used to be one of them. I grew up in organized religion. See, Blaire just came into this about 2+ years ago. I grew up spending a big part of my life in this. And yes, again, when we talk about the dynamics from white and black, It's different. It's different. Maybe if motherfuckers wasn't afraid to address racism and actually work through the resolution part of it, or to a resolution, or work through a form of reconciliation, if queerphobic people were working to work through a reconciliation, then we wouldn't have this problem today, especially in 2026. Girl, if I was Jesus Christ, I wouldn't come back too, because y'all motherfuckers don't get it. Who wanna come back and represent the losing team?
And raise a very mentally sound and strong kid, because if your kid has fallen into this trap where the doctor says your child will kill themselves if they don't transition right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a parent, but like I feel like you failed as a parent.
You did.
When your 12-year-old is about to commit because they want to be the other sex.
Well, I guess your mother failed as well when she found out that her son was a flaming faggot who had a pocket of AIDS in his booty hole that was going to get popped. So are we walking around with this, sometimes I feel like a motherless child, and are we projecting that onto other people? Again, is it the reason why that you operate in the way that you operate, Amir? And again, I'm talking to Amir Odom, the public person. I would love to have a conversation with Jamal, the nigga. I would prefer to have a conversation with Jamal, the nigga, who is his alter ego. But again, let's not forget the story you told where you said that your mom told you you can be gay, but don't be gay. You can be gay, but don't be gay, girl. You can be gay, but don't you be motherfucking gay, bitch. Do you get what I'm saying? Interesting. And these are the people that the Republican Party and the Conservative Party champion, and they don't even realize, Blaire and Amir don't even realize that they're being used as weapons and talking points. But I guess if I was getting paid a big bag, especially in this economy, a nigga might motherfucking think about it. Now, I didn't say I was gonna do it, because my moral compass is stronger than that. And I want good karma. I don't want bad karma in my life. Okay? But I would at least think about it.
On the other hand, can hold empathy for the parents who maybe are told that very disgusting line that it's this false binary and ultimatum of like, you know, self-deletion or like transition, that's a false dichotomy. It's not those only two options, clearly. So maybe parents feel horrified and gaslit into doing that, and they feel like it's their only option, because a lot of people really do look at doctors as gods.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people I feel like you have sort of like an anti-authority like spirit to you, and that's why you're an individual. And I've always been that way as well. I've never looked at a teacher or a doctor or a politician.
Girl, when they literally, middle school, 6th grade, I would never forget it. We were in art class and we were all drawing pyramids. And I was like, who built the pyramids? And she was like, oh, they had slaves do it and they had all the rocks. And I was like, I was like, no, they did not. We got in an argument.
And meanwhile, look at all these years later, they're finally like finding new things out about the pyramids that don't make sense. And yeah, so I've always been that way too. I'm like, just
interesting. So at a young age, we were able to ask questions and to try to inquire about things and try to figure shit out. But when it comes down to queerness, it's too confusing. But I mean, if we're going to play that game, since y'all talking about queerness, we can say the same thing about religion. Because just like Blaire stated in part 1, y'all have over 2,000, I think 2,000 to 3,000 different denominations, and can't none of the denominations come on one accord for real. Y'all can't even make up y'all fucking mind about what y'all believe about this book. But when the gays do it, it's a problem. When the gays do it, oh my God, you're not interpreting the Bible right. And we're going to get more into a little bit of those scriptures used against queer people a little bit later in the life.
Because an adult says something doesn't mean it's true. And those are the things that I would want to instill in a child, to be like, you have authority and sovereignty over your own life.
Yes.
But as a parent, your job should be to protect them. So
right.
You should raise a strong, mentally sound person, like you said, that when they come of age, if that's really who they are meant to be and that's their ultimate destiny, then they'll be of that sound mind to make that decision as an adult.
Yep.
So you still get the result you want, which is a happy, adult that you're raising without anything that potentially harms them like this. I mean,
but how can you raise healthy? And I'm gonna be pausing a lot, y'all. It's Pride Month, so it's our month, bitch. I'm doing what I'm gonna do. Girl, it's fun. You're sitting here saying that we should raise mentally strong children, emotionally grounded children, aware children. But then when the children are aware about this feeling on the inside, when this child does their research to see if that is what is for them and then take the leap of faith to see if that is the path for them, you don't have parents at large supporting their children, or when they do support their children, all of a sudden, now it's a problem and it's an issue. Now the parents are demented and the children need to be taken away from the parents. So how do you raise mentally and emotionally grounded queer children then? Miss Blaire, how does that work? Oh, well, I'm not a parent. Yeah, but you were once a child. So go back to the little Blaire inside of you. And what would the little Blaire have wanted from her parents? And on top of that, we're not just going to talk about parents. We have to also talk about society. Because when they talk about these people taking their own lives, it's not just the fact of they're struggling with what it is that they feel. Because the reason why there's a struggle with the way that they feel is because what they feel is conflicting with what society believes about what it is that they feel. And if you don't have any healthy outlet or a healthy support system in your life, in your vicinity, yes, some people are going to be driven to the depths of darkness with the extreme end of taking their own life. And again, Amir, my nigga, you're sitting across from Blaire and you have marks on your body right now from the past that will be with you forever. But yet you can't see past that? Interesting.
Again, it's nothing. It's hard for me to speak negatively against this child who is now a young adult, but look at the trajectory this person was sent on. This person now does sex work. And please fact check that you to make sure. But
we did. She did. She doesn't do it. She doesn't do it.
Maybe even more than 99.
So you made this claim, then you say I'm not sure, and then you say I'm 99% sure. And in the part one, we verified that that was not the case. And if that's a trajectory, why didn't your ass become a sex worker? I mean, you are a very beautiful woman, and I'm pretty sure men want to fucking smash. So are we going to see Blaire Coochie or Blaire Booty Hole, girl? Since that's the trajectory that these people go down. And if they have to go down this path, we have to ask the question, why are they going down this path? I don't know. Maybe because they need money. I don't know. Because with all these anti-trans laws that are being drafted and some being enacted in certain states to where if what you look like does not match your gender marker on your ID, then these people have the ability, especially in this Trump presidency, to say, I don't feel comfortable hiring you. Because your belief, your life, your lifestyle goes against my belief. So yes, some people are going to have to resort to survival methods, which means sex. Because as much as these queerphobic and transphobic as pastors, preachers, reverends, and deacons are, a lot of them are spending the church building money fund on these trans hoes that be doing OnlyFans. If your congregation only knew.
Look at the fruits from the tree of where it started. This person is now doing sex work, which I also, I don't hate sex workers, but I also feel like it's very, very harmful for people to engage in that.
Yeah.
So it's just sad.
It is. And that goes right into ignoring the concerns that detransitioners bring up does not help anybody.
Right.
At the age of 12, I was approved for a double mastectomy, and I went under the knife a couple of weeks after.
I want to see what was that title
this person
said?
Now does sex work, and please fact check that too to make sure. But I'm 99% sure.
They
maybe
didn't.
even more than 99. Look at the fruits from the tree of where it started. This person is now doing sex work, which I also, I don't hate sex workers, but I also feel like it's very, very harmful for people to engage in that.
Yeah.
So it's just sad.
It is. And that goes right into ignoring the concerns that detransitioners bring up does not help.
Okay, so ignoring the concerns that detransitioners bring up doesn't help anyone.
Anybody.
Okay, I just wanted to know.
At the age of 12, I was approved for a double mastectomy, and I went under the knife a couple weeks after I turned 13. Listen to my voice. Testosterone did this. My vocal cords are so large, I can't scream. I have difficulty speaking sometimes. Don't you dare trivialize what happened to me and lie to Californians that this isn't happening. I am one of thousands, and this bill is designed to hide the ever-growing number of kids being...
Detransitioners.
Right. That's very sad.
I feel like they don't get enough attention that they deserve. I feel like, and you probably can speak more to this, I feel like the trans community tries their best to ignore detransitioners. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, definitely. So I've been on the detrans topic since before it was a topic. I've made videos back in like 2017 when no one knew this was a thing because it was brand new. Even when I started transitioning in around like 2015, the topic was like there was really no such thing as a detrans person. There was maybe like one or two horror stories from the 80s, but for the most part, because there used to be so many safeguards and so many hoops you had to jump through to actually be approved for anything.
Like it was harder to become trans?
It was nearly impossible. You had to go to therapy, which is not a thing anymore. You had to live as that gender for a certain period of time to make sure it was going to work. And you could not just transition with your appearance, but transition in life to be comfortable and make sure it works for you. And, you know, now all those have been removed. And so what's the result? What's the fruit from that tree? You have people now, you know, in their own words, often saying that it ruined their lives and their bodies. So they are ignored because it goes against the narrative, obviously, similar to how we go against the narrative.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate.
And I hate how many people still run this narrative that like it's not happening. Right. That there are kids out there that aren't, there's no kids getting double mastectomies, there's no kids getting these shots without therapists, yada yada yada. There's people, correct me if I'm wrong, that like 2 weeks later they're in and getting trans.
And I was legally an adult when I did it, but that was the case for me. I went to one appointment, 30 minutes later, had a prescription to start hormones. Yeah. But
it's like getting Adderall.
Right. And you know what? It's still messed up when it's for an adult. No, it's way harder to get Adderall. It's like nearly impossible to get Adderall. You have to damn near like half of the over-the-counter drugs just in like CVS. You have to, you know, you can't get, but so that's one thing for an adult if it's easy, and that should change too. But like they do it with kids too. So it's like a 14-year-old that can go in. And like I said earlier, they're now calling it conversion therapy to maybe say, hey, let's pause. Is there anything else going on in life?
And that's
maybe
healthy to do.
It's so important.
My thing is
so how is it healthy to do that for trans people, but it's not healthy to do that for gay people, Amir? How? Didn't they ask you the same fucking questions? And even the talk therapy is under the guise of a conservative Christian perspective. What is you talking about? Now let's talk about those who have detransitioned. Here on BubzDaGawd, we did watch PragerU's detransition, and my heart does go out to those people. Those are real life people that are having real life experiences. And instead of Amir and Blaire sharing these things on their fucking posts on their YouTube platforms, I had to go search for it for myself when these motherfuckers should have been presenting it in the beginning. But we watched the documentary. And like I said, my heart goes out to those individuals who have detransitioned and even the other detransition people that we don't know about, because we also have to honor their experience. Because yes, are there some people in the pharmaceutical company who do not uphold the Hippocratic Oath and literally are just in this bitch to get money? Unfortunately, yes. And like I said, if we're going to sit up here and call quote unquote an ace and a spade in reference to detransitioning, then I need for Blaire and Amir to be doing think pieces and fucking video essays on the doctors. We need their name. We need the backstory. We need the practice that they're a part of. We need to know all this stuff. And y'all have to provide the burden of proof. Not us. Y'all claiming these things, so y'all got to show exactly what the hell y'all talking about. But the problem and the issue is that we are acknowledging detransitioners only when we also have children who are trans, young adults who are trans, who it literally saved their life. I mean, we literally, if we can go back and look at Amir's inside the most insane, crazy, most radical, most just ridiculous ass Pride event, he was asking a few people some questions about the whole trans thing, and there was a woman that said, well, I have a friend named so-and-so, and they transitioned, and if they wouldn't have transitioned, we know they wouldn't be here. And it's a shame that people have to transition, not because they necessarily want to transition, but because community is so fucking stupid and dense and dumb that they have to acquiesce to what society is calling what a man and woman looks like. Because there are cisgender females who don't even fit in the standard of woman. They're not built like how society says a woman should be built. It's a bunch of cisgender females with that Miss Pearly shit going on. That wolf pussy shit going on. Have we not forgotten Sanford and Son? That one black lady? Shut up, sucker. She didn't look very feminine, did she? And we even used Brock Lesnar's daughter, who looked like she could bench press more than me. She could bench press 3 of me. She might even top my damn ass. But she not very feminine, even when she dressed in feminine guards. Baby, the muscles are just muscling. There are plenty of cisgendered women that look like they damn daddy. You your daddy's daughter. But then when you have people who say, you know what, I am not going to go through with any sort of surgery. I'm not going to go through with any sort of hormone thing. I'm just going to naturally be who I am as trans. But they're not quote unquote passable or clockable, or they're not born with any sort of androgynous features on them to where you can't really tell in a sense, or your mind kind of like what's going on here. If they're not born with that and they're walking around and as the term is used, brickiana in this mug, and they go in the bathroom to pee, oh, there's gonna be a problem having a problem. There's gonna be a person having a problem with that. Because what I am getting from Amir and Blaire is that if you want to be gay quietly. And even when motherfuckers was being gay quietly, i.e. the AIDS epidemic that affect the gay community. And it wasn't just them being quiet because they were dying. The government at that time, if I'm not mistaken, was run by Ronald Reagan. Didn't speak for years, didn't utter the word AIDS for years. Just like how the Orange Piggy during his first presidency, millions of people died because his dumbass and his dumbass motherfucking administrative and team and legislation, all these motherfuckers were not educated and did the necessary things and protocols and procedures to put in place to prevent all the millions and millions of people who lost their lives due to a particular virus that shut the fucking country down. Girl, come talk to BubzDaGawd. Blaire, come talk to Bubs. Amir, I don't want to talk to Amir. Jamal, talk to Bubs. See, I'm going to bring forth the context and the nuance that y'all are missing. And I'm okay with it not being politically correct. We can have a conversation, but if there's some shade thrown in there, let it be thrown. We can do it. If there's going to be passion in there, let passion be in there. Especially since niggas talking, you know, Bubs and Jamal. Fuck Amir, I'm talking to Jamal. It's going to be some fire there. But when you have these two people sitting here, there's no challenging. It's merely just an echo chamber. And that video is at 150, probably close to 200K views. And when it comes down to the videos of Amir not correcting the queer community, not trying to be the resolution or the solution to the problem that he's speaking about, it's better. It's you get more views, you get more money, you get more Republican conservative opportunities when you demonize your own community, because now you are again the pick me. That is just so crazy to me. That's why a lot of closeted men out there, but they say live in your truth, but demonize gays in the same. They are blowing the detransition issue way out of proportion. Detransitions make up 8% of the trans population. 62% of that 8% retransitioned later. Oh, wow. And let's not forget, there is a whole Ebola outbreak going on and nothing is being done. Clock it. They recognize the problem but don't want to fix it. Because again, just like the same fucking pharmaceutical companies that they talking about that's profiting off of the pain and suffering of the people coming to them for help, they're doing the exact same thing. Why would I be the solution, bitch, when I can make more money and profit and continue to live good in the neighborhood, girl? I can live in an area where racism don't pretty much touch me, girl. I got a white man to protect me. So yeah, in that regard, yeah, you're not gonna change it. But yet want to get up here and claim to be the person who is aware, claim to be the person who can see what's going on with the queer community, that they're the ones that's able to clock the T in the queer community. You don't even listen to the queer community, because if you did, you would be invited to queer events around the same people that you afraid to be around, even though you want to be around them. You the one going to clubs when they have a Beyonce night, low-key dressed like Trayvon Martin, and you walk out that bitch alive because you don't want nobody else to see your ass. And as he's going to share in the video how a lot of people kind of turned their backs on him because he became conservative, which I can understand, because in the same way that people were gay, people turned their backs on them as well. But when we look at the evidence that is presented in front of us, Amir, unlike the gay shit, the shit that you're saying about gay people is actually realistic as far as the harm is concerned. And no shade, if you was talking shit about the queer community and trans people and all this other type of shit, talking reckless shit, you ain't put no name on a trans bitch or a queer bitch you was talking about, girl. You were just saying in general, girl. I too would be afraid to go into these queer spaces when I'm talking all this shit. And my shade, and no shade, but shade included, why would you even go to a gay bar? Aren't there any Turning Point USA gay bars there? I mean, they recently had a gay conservative cruise. You and your man wasn't on that thing. You're a prominent figure when it comes down to anti-queer shit. In the Republican Party, you're a name in the Republican movement as a gay person. So why weren't you on that boat, that conservative cruise, gay cruise, that elite gay cruise? Why not? Where are the bars for the conservative gay people who also love Beyonce and want to be able to have fun without them getting, quote unquote, allegedly punched in the mouth, in the throat, in the chest, in the sternum, in the balls, if you still got them?
We're aware that this is harming children. There are children that regret it. There are children that are being led down this route to transition and they're like, oh, that's not for me. And there's lifelong effects after that. At least wait till you're 18. Because I know for me, if I see my neighbor beating their kid's ass, I'm talking wop wop, like abuse, I can call the cops and that kid's taken away. But for some reason, a parent can, shoot them up with a shot, give them a second, sterilize them, and it's fine and healthy. And if you try to stop that, you're a bad person.
This sort of like inversion.
Okay, before you go forward, Amir, and again, like I said, I will be pausing. It's Pride Month. How you doing? If you want to watch their commentary without my commentary, bitch, the link is in the description box below. That's interesting, Amir, that you said that. If you saw your neighbor beating the shit out of their child, you would call the police. Yeah, because that is objective harm. Now, to your point, you got these people who detransitioned and stuff, and that was harm done to them. Yes, there was harm done to them. In that one video you showed, that was immediate harm. Now I get it. Well, harm is harm, bub. So hey, it's harm. Okay, let's go with that thing. Yes, harm is harm. But in that analogy, you have documented proof to show everybody what the harm is doing. And again, that doesn't affect all families. That just affects that particular family that was doing that. And again, there are trans children, to your point, which I'm going to go ahead and use, that regret transitioning, but you also also, since y'all want us to accept detransitioners, I'm willing to accept detransitioners. Are you willing to accept those who have transitioned and are enjoying their lives? And again, yes, we can go ahead and deal with social transitioning. But the reason why a lot of people don't want to deal with social transitioning is because then you're going to have to deal with society. And society, even though we are in this age of information, is making the conscious choice to remain willfully ignorant. And you talk about, you care about detransitioners. What about the trans kid? And when we talk about this whole thing of children unaliving themselves, y'all really piss me the fuck off when y'all sit up here and use it as talking points, but y'all never address the issues on why these people want to take their damn lives. Especially, Amir, when you are a person who almost went through with it. Girl, is the money that good, bitch? How much you getting paid, girl? I know it ain't my business, bitch, but I at least want a ballpark figure, girl. Let me know, bitch. How much money is you making off of this shit? How much is your soul worth?
Of truth and inversion of like basic common intuition, not even common, knowledge. It's just like there's a certain intuition that I feel like any normal person would have that would be like, maybe I don't know why this is wrong, but it feels wrong.
Yeah.
And then you learn the facts and you can confirm that. But, there's just a lot of people right now that they see the world just diametrically opposite to basic truths.
They do.
And I think that's why people like you and I definitely have the calling to like try to correct a lot of that and to be a voice for the other people in our community that feel like they can't say anything.
Which I'm so glad you do. And you've been the pioneer. Like, you are OG YouTube. Like, literally.
For a long time.
You are iconic.
Thank you.
And I hope there's people out there as well that are using their voice and speaking up. Even if, I'm not saying you have to be a YouTuber or influencer, but even just for your friend group. Just being more vocal and calling something out, saying, hey, actually, this is a little bit wrong, or what do you feel about this? Because you're not a hateful, homophobic, transphobic person for bringing this kind of stuff up. Like,
right.
It's just a matter of saying, hey, this is kind of wrong, or hey, we should wait on this. And we should start having more of these actual conversations instead of just letting it go by the waysides.
And calling something hateful is just the cheapest, easiest, most intellectually lazy way to just shut down a conversation because you can't have that conversation. So maybe I can't prove an argument. Maybe I can't, sound intelligent. So I'm just going to say this is hateful.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And a lot of shit that y'all said was ignorant as the fuck. I did my whole video essay on Amir and I had people telling me that I was hating on him. Bitch, how? Where's the hate coming from? Again, you have to unalive my family and to put a bullet in my head and I just don't die because my hatred is keeping me alive. That's the only way that BubzDaGawd is going to hate on someone or hate someone. But to your point, there are plenty of people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about and just say, oh, Bubz, you're a hater. Oh, you're a hater. Oh, you're a hater. How? Educate me. Because here on BubzDaGawd, I'm not the best, but we do a damn good job at educating ourselves because I had a dope-ass teacher. They helped me build the foundation of that. I also had school, and I've been doing this shit as far as research and debates and all that type of stuff, bitch. Been doing this before YouTube. Because again, even though I was dealing with the bullshit from my peers as a child, I still had the awareness and the love in me, shout out to my parents, to be able to still be in community for other people. Even though I was getting my ass whooped in middle school, I was still being invited to become a peer mediator, to go to all these different events and programs to learn how to resolve the issues that I and other people were dealing with because of the ignorant, stupid, dumb society at large. And no shade, I have every right to be an Amir because the majority of my queerphobia that I experienced was from my own black people. But because I have healed from certain things and I am still in the process of healing from certain things because healing is a lifelong journey, I'm able to look at it differently. And I think someone said something along the line of, and I forgot how they said it. Damn, did I save it? Hold on, let me see if I saved it because I liked what they said. Did I save it on Instagram? Give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. Make sure you hit that like button. I'm trying to think of what was said. Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't just think of it. Damn. I forgot. It was so good, too. Like just because I can't think of it. Never mind. It is what it is. Hitman says, Blaire is not a pioneer. She caused so many trans creators to quit YouTube because of her nasty pick-me bullying. She always been a grifter. Oh, Miss Mamas. Do that with some black trans women. Please do that to T.S. Madison. Please do that to Hope Giselle. Please do that to Dominique Morgan, even though her ass is on ice. Do that to a Diamond Stock. Please do that to these other black. Do this to Black Cat. Do this to other black. Do this to Angelica Ross. Do this to Laverne. Do this to other black trans women and see what the fuck happens. I'm just curious to see what would happen if she would do that to black trans content creators. Queen Stevie said, bitch, do it to me. And Queen Stevie watch horror movies and action movies. I know when the time comes to defend her damn self, baby, them motherfucking nails and shit turn into claws. And she ready to scratch a bitch up, beat a bitch up, spray a bitch in the eye with some damn perfume or something that she got from motherfucking Bath and Body Works, girl, and then start going in.
And it's like, I think a lot of people are moving on from that paradigm, but it still is very prevalent.
Yeah, and like basically instead of allowing your mental health to be infiltrated and just filled with propaganda of everything but your control, is crazy to me. You should be able to have the discernment to go in and research a topic for yourself. You should not be told how to think. By all means, I'm glad there's a viewer out there that trusts me, that trusts Blaire, that trusts somebody else out there. But I hope you're also doing the work yourself to like fact check things, go in for yourself, and you are rooted in your own belief system, and you really feel this way because you feel this way, not because Amir feels this way, not because Blaire feels this way, because you feel this way.
There are plenty of people right now who are Republican who publicly feel a certain way that agree with Amir, but behind closed doors, it's a whole different situation. I literally have people that were in organized religion or that are still in organized religion who told me that people would demonize them or not affirm them publicly, but after service will pull them to the side and say, I agree with what you said. I just can't agree with you publicly because of my status, because of the look, because of the optics. And Amir, is your audience at large studying to show themselves approved? Are there people in your comment sections that saying, wait a minute, Amir, hold on, pimpin'. You know, I love you and I support you and all this for years, but I did my research, girl. I didn't just check ground news, bitch. I checked other sources, girl, because you don't just have one source. You have multiple sources to help verify your shit. And I did all that, Amir, and come to find out you're wrong on this. Of course not. The Republican Party at large, especially MAGA, are idiots. Driven by their own fears. Again, y'all got to make this make sense. And it just ain't clicking.
Right. I want more of that out there.
Yeah, I would hope that people use the things that I say as a starting point to be like, you know, I've never heard of that or I've never considered that. So now let me see if what she's saying is true. Let me see if what she's saying is even partially true. Like, you don't got to agree with everything I say. Maybe you can find things that you feel are partial truths. And even that is better than a lie. And it's a jumping point.
Yep. You can respect someone's identity.
Now listen to this part. You can respect someone's identity without redefining reality. Take a listen.
Without redefining reality.
Today's pronouns of the day are she, they, ze, they. That's right, we're doing 4 pronouns in one video. And I wasn't able to post on National Trans Day of Visibility, so this is my way of celebrating and showing up, even if it's a little late, but with lots of love.
And before we continue with this, have you seen this content creator before?
Yeah. She's an autistic angel.
Oh man, I saw one was like, my pronouns are fluffy fluffs. Right. And I said, okay. And these people are legit.
Okay, bitch, if you fluffy fluff, girl, hey, fluffy fluff. Damn, what's the problem? Girl, are you fluffy fluff now? Are they trying to put their fluffy fluffness on you now? Who fucking cares? All right.
Yeah.
These people are very serious in the things that they're saying.
And that's why I made this cupcake. It's a soft lemon cake with lemon
That cake look
frosting,
good as fuck right
filled
now.
with sweet lemon curd.
Loki look good.
Perfect treat.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Loki look good.
Not the gluttony spirit getting all of us, bitch.
Neopronouns and transgender inclusion is that they both expand how we recognize and respect people's identities. Trans inclusion pushes back against the idea that gender is strictly binary.
So that is something even newer than trans, obviously. Like, it's the people who said everything was going to be a slippery slope. It's just they were just correct.
They
Like,
eating this up.
it
They're
should
like,
not be
"We told
called.
you."
It's not a fallacy. It's kind of just a thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's another video of this girl. No offense. Another video where she's at a bar with her friend, and apparently someone called her she, because what else is there to say?
Hello.
And then she filmed herself just having like the craziest, and I do say it with some empathy because it looked like this
It was
person's
like,
not well.
I'll put it on the screen. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. We're having a complete like mental breakdown about it, crying. And for me, that goes back to kind of a topic that we've been touching on, which is if you don't resolve the trauma that you've gone through in your life, if you don't resolve these insecurities that maybe you're not cognizant of them, but they're still living in you, it's going to come out in ways like that, which are
Somehow,
so totally
some way.
unhealthy.
So in that way, Blaire, since you are the healed trans person in the room, are you okay with people calling you he? Because even though we see a she, they know that you're a he. So how would you feel if these people just acknowledge you for the reality of what it is? Again, because again, just like it says, we can respect people's identity without redefining reality. Your existence is literally redefining reality. You're a transsexual woman, but these people are still going to see you as a man despite you being a transsexual woman. There are trans women right now like T.S. Madison and Hope Giselle and all the others who are openly trans. They are trans women. They are women of trans experience, and all that gets railroaded and knocked out the way because according to society, you may believe that in your delusional ass mind, but in reality where everybody else lives, you're a man. That's what they say, what they think. So Blaire, are you okay with that? Are you gonna be like, yep, yep, I am, and what? Yep, I am, and you're gonna be able to be okay with that? Now, maybe you may be okay with that because you're a white woman that has honor and privilege and all this stuff. But when we're talking about people who are underprivileged and don't have any of that shit, that's a dangerous thing for them to do, especially if they are not, quote unquote, as passing as you are, Miss Blaire. But the gag is, I gotta believe that when people find out your tea, that's the highlight of the whole thing. Not the fact that you are a trans woman, that you are a delusional person who, according to Amir, when he was talking to Mason about trans adults, saying that these trans adults are literally, what's the word that he used? Not chopping off, but it's another word that he used. What was it? I forgot what it's called, but for a lack of a better term, girl, chopping things off. You chopped yours off. So Amir, why can't you give Blaire that same smoke? And she literally sitting in front of you. See, this will be the time for y'all to actually have the real conversations. Interesting. I can smell the transphobia from here. Has Blaire forgotten that she literally went from male to female? How is that not redefining reality?
Yeah. What do you think about neopronouns? I think it should all just be he, she, and it. Like,
and if you want to stay with that, are you smarter than the fifth grader's logic? That is perfectly fine. You can believe that if you want to, but I'm sorry, Amir. I'm sorry, Blaire, and to everyone else. None of us owns all of reality. I keep saying this. BubzDaGawd does not own all of reality. Queen Stevie, Hitman, motherfucking Sean Rockers TV, and everybody else watching does not own all of reality. The only reality that you own is your own internal reality. So you can believe that. But outside of you, there are going to be he, she, they, them, it, zim, zay, zer. There's all this shit, baby. There's, even to this day, when we think of scientists and those that observe nature, they have the equipment and the technology and the awareness and the resources to be able to understand things that motherfuckers in the past could not and did not understand because they did not have the necessary things in place for them to understand that are still discovering new species. And it's new to us, but it's been here. So there is all this information that is happening. And we can tell who the people who failed school was. I want to see some of y'all motherfuckers' GPAs. I know some of y'all felt like y'all graduated school and graduated college, so you ain't got to learn no more, but welcome to the school of life. We're all learning. It's a never-ending journey. Now, if you okay and say, girl, I don't have the awareness, I don't have the capacity to receive all this other shit, that's perfectly fine. But don't get your ass on the platform talking all this shit about the other people that you don't understand. That's your problem. You don't understand. Maybe you should get some understanding.
You look like a he, you look at she, look at it. And for you, obviously, she. Like you bring up that great analogy. I think you brought this up maybe with Benny Boy, before, talking about how, like, we went out to dinner and you sat down and I go to the host stand. I'm going to say, where is she at? Like, right. I'll be stupid if I said he.
Right. Because the other thing about pronouns before they were politicized is that they, they have a utilitarian like purpose too. Like, you use words for a reason, not to prove a point or engage in like an ideological display, but also because it's what works.
Right. And if we're going to talk about that, there are some things that are prescriptive, and then there's some things that are descriptive. When we look at some of these definitions and these dictionaries that we use, those are descriptive. Don't you know how there is a word that has multiple meanings, that has different meanings? Okay, so I guess I'm the only one that paid attention during English class. Right. Gotcha.
So, like, if you told me right now that you were transitioning to a woman or something, I would, I would respect that and everything, but like, it's not as if it would make sense for me to start saying she, like,
what
that.
What are you talking about? If we're talking about the children and the social transitioning, that's where you start, right? Am I missing something? So on one end, you're saying that, well, we can't call you the gender that you want to live as, or the cultural expression, shall I say, of what you want to live as, because you don't look that way. But then that pushes motherfuckers to say, okay, well, let me go ahead and get my body together through gender affirming care to have that happen. And then there's a problem with that, because it's not just children. When we're talking about adults too, because we heard Blaire said that for adults, it should be harder too. It shouldn't be easier as an adult. Wait a minute. You just stated earlier that when you're an adult, you can do what the fuck you want to do. So why is it hard for me to do what I want to do when I'm the adult and I know what I want now? Because technically, legally, I am over the age of 18. I am 21, and now I have the right to be able to do what the fuck I want to do because I'm technically and legally an adult. So if Amir did decide to transition and say, bitch, I'm a she now, then why not call Amir she? Oh, because you don't look like a she. Well, Blaire, you look like a she. But when we talk about gender, what are you? And you're telling me that the Republican Party is going to bypass that, and the Republican Party, or is it the fact that the Republican Party has more, I guess, respect for you because, according to them, you at least went through the entire thing. You had the full SRS. So is that the thing? Like, if trans people were to get the SRS, that would be okay? That would be cool? There wouldn't be no problem, no issues? But I don't see that being the case, because when it comes down to children and even adults, they're talking about, why you getting the cut off, man? Why you cutting the dick off, man? Why you getting the stuff cut off, man?
Exactly.
And the expectation, especially if you have some kind of rabbit pronoun or whatever, especially if you have that, the expectation that someone's going to call you a rabbit when you're a 5'2" young lady.
And then you try to mandate for that to be a law. that I
Well, that's the other thing, yeah.
That I need to call you the pronouns that you are wanting to be called.
We ain't got to put it in the law. It just say, you disrespect me, I'm going to disrespect your motherfucking ass. I'm going to let your ass know right off rip. Excuse me, what it is. Hope Giselle had a beautiful analogy she said years ago. She said, if I were to go over to my friend's house and they just got a dog, and I say, oh, what's his name? And they say, oh, it's a she. Automatically, oh, I'm sorry, what's her name? It's that simple. So y'all would give more respect to a damn dog, which no shade, white people love animals more than they love niggas. But you would give more respect to a dog than you would a human being. And I don't think y'all want to play the game of names and labels, because it could really turn into Laugh-A-Palooza in this mug. It can really get really balanced and equal in this bitch. I don't think y'all would like it. But we can, if that is the route that we're being pushed down. I already told y'all it's Pride Month, bitch. We already saw what the fuck y'all been saying, girl. We know the presidency that we're in right now, how serious these hoes are, girl. We're not playing any games with you bitches. Not during Pride Month.
If not, you're being hateful. And if you're being hateful, that's violent, because hate speech is real speech and it is violent.
Right.
That's batshit crazy.
Right. And when you get to that point, you need to be humbled. I'm sorry. Like, you can't be a little tyrant like that.
No.
There's no way that that works in society. And, you know, the proof is in the pudding. If you look at like 2016, I guess even if you take it to like 2020, like, no one had an issue with gay people. In fact, there was
the respect for the gay community was literally increasing.
It was like unanimous. No one even thought much about it. It was kind of like, yeah, we accept that as a fabric of society. And a lot of people never even heard of trans until recently, but I'm here to tell you that even trans was like, maybe people didn't know a lot about it because it was rare, but it wasn't this thing where there was issues. There wasn't like hate. There wasn't this social discord. But when you start eroding these social contracts of mutual respect and just being a normal person, people start forming resentments about that.
Yeah.
And those resentments, as much as people want to pretend like they're not valid or hateful, I'm sorry, they are valid.
Back in the day, if you were trans, you were trans. Like, you were trying your very hardest to pass and you're respecting women. But now you got people out there just saying that they're trans. Like, not even like transition, just saying, I am like me. I'm a woman right now, and just marching in the bathroom, marching in the sports, whatever it may be. And that's just not fair.
People, there's this like entitlement culture that I think is permeating all of society. But the thing about, you know, individual groups is you can look and you can see how they all interplay and how it all scales to, you know. So this entitlement culture and this selfishness, you know, it's everywhere, but especially when it comes to, if you feel like you have a special right to be entitled, or you're a protected class, a protected group, then it fills a lot of people's heads with this delusional ego that's undeserved. It's, you know, unearned. And back in the day, like, if you were a trans, it's like, that's something you had to earn to be, you know, part of the mesh of society. Like, I don't think anyone has to earn basic human respect. I think that's something that's God-given. But when it comes to, you want someone to call you a certain way and speak a certain way around you, you have to earn that. And I'm sorry, there's no way to earn rabbit pronouns.
There's no way to earn that.
Unless you're going to walk around in a rabbit costume.
And there's no way to earn my respect if you are non-binary and saying that is trans. Is non-binary trans to you?
No.
Hitman says, do these two not realize that they are the ones who are making it more hostile for gay and trans community to thrive? Back in the day when you were trans, you had to like work really hard. You had to do everything you could to pass. How did you expect trans women to pass if they could not secure financial help, whether that's through the way of a job, through the government? What do you then say to those people who, again, they feel only just like how Blaire felt on the inside what she was to manifest who she is today? When I think of individuals like T.S. Madison, who admitted that when she was coming up in her trans existence, that because she didn't have the money at that time to be able to get these procedures done to create this look that society deems to be a woman, and it's not just trans women. There are plenty of cis women that's getting titty enhancements, getting titty reductions, getting ass shots, getting ass reductions, girl. There are plenty of cisgender women that are up here doing gender affirming care to affirm their gender. But for people like T.S. Madison at that time who did not have the money, the resources to properly do it, they had no choice but to go to black market doctors and to go to Miss So-and-so. She's a pump queen, to pump them with actual things that can cause harm in the long run. So now we live in a place where it is easier. Now, to your point, I do believe if we're going to sit here and say we care about the trans community, again, I agree with what Amir stated, not just in this live, but in previous lives, with social transitioning. That to me would seem like the great place to start. But y'all talking points don't even support social transitioning. So what are trans people supposed to do? Blaire, what are trans people supposed to do? And if you tell us to keep our head down and move around, we might as well go back in the fucking closet. But unfortunately, there's no fucking room because some of y'all pastors, preachers, and reverends keep tipping and dipping inside that bitch.
It's something else. And like,
wow,
I'm not
AJ,
mad at anyone calling themselves what they want to call themselves, because a lot of things I don't understand. I don't understand Mormons.
Hello.
You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell they think they're doing over there. I don't understand. I don't understand Orthodox Jews. I don't understand Canadians sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna, hate you for being that. But when you try to say I'm non-binary, which means I'm trans, that's when I'm gonna have an issue, because this person, we're both human beings on this planet, but we, other than that, don't really have much in common.
No. You don't know that. You haven't talked to Miss Mama to see if y'all have things in common. You're just looking at a book and judging it by its cover, but then gonna feel some type of way when someone judges your book by its cover. This is very interesting to me.
Even sitting with you, a gay person, we have commonalities and a certain shared experience that can, that resonates. Whereas if I were to sit down with this young woman who, in all honesty, is just a heterosexual white woman who looks that way and lives that way.
They want to be a part of a club. They want to feel something. They want to feel special.
I wouldn't have anything in common with her. And if you're the same thing, shouldn't you have a few things in common?
You would think so.
Right.
I don't know. And oh dear Lord. Some people are using the LGBTQ community for attention, not.
Now, girl, I'm not even high right now. I still gotta re-up on my damn smokes. And if you want to help the BubzDaGawd re-up on his smokes, be like, hey, Bubs, I see you ain't do your live. You want me to send you a little something, a little 20, a little 30, a little something to be able to get you a little 3.5 or to get you some pre-rolls, girl, because this is taking time out of my life to do. I enjoy it, girl, but if you want to bless the leprechaun, you can definitely bless me on Cash App, $Conscious TV, CONSCIOUZ TV, or bless me, okay? Put a little bit of coin in me pot of gold, baby, on PayPal, paypal.me/BubzDaGawd. Y'all see my face. Y'all can definitely send me something. But it's very interesting, girl, that even though I am not under the influence of herb, girl, herb is still in my mind, though. The way that these things are titled, it's like y'all don't realize that y'all are included in that as well. Some people are using the LGBT community for attention, not impact. Does that not sound like Amir and motherfucking Blaire at this point? Now, the person they're going to speak about is a TikToker. I think the name is Tino something, who is a trans woman, but according to society, is not a woman. That was an individual who went around, who became viral on TikTok for being at Disney, talking about gender reassignment surgery and using a corn dog while at the Disney parks. This is a person who goes inside of the women's restroom and films to see what the women's restroom looks like inside the bathroom. Inside Disney World. Some people have a problem with that. Even Dean Withers, another Democrat, liberal person who I do appreciate, Dean Withers and all the other white men that is doing the damn thing, had a conversation with this trans TikToker, and I was low-key thinking about doing a review, which I might during Pride Month, because I can understand definitely where Dean's coming from as far as the optics part, but I think we're also ignoring the other part, that this person is not a passing trans person. And because they're not passing, there is this idea, this sexualization idea that they're saying that Tino is putting onto women and to children. She was in the bathroom with the women and the children. She went under the stalls talking about, ooh, look at young coochie. She ain't do none of that. But when I do that live, we're going to be able to touch on both sides, because no shade. The gray area is where all the shit is at. And as much as Amir and Blaire feel like they're in the gray area, they're not, baby. Y'all in the black or the white projection. That question is loaded. They know it. Let's take a look.
Impact.
And
a lot of people. A lot of people.
Disney's gonna ban me for this one. My corn dog is still intact. I'm not happy about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog. I do hair removal every week for 2 hours straight.
Okay.
Do you have alcohol? This isn't strong enough.
We should have took a shot.
That's a demon.
Yeah.
That is, what's that called? An egregore?
Ew.
It's something biblical. It's something ancient living inside of him.
That sounds demonic.
Something evil has made a home in him.
It's unfortunate that people like this, I'm not gonna say exist, but yeah, that go out here purposefully at Disney World, storm the bathrooms looking like this, and multiple videos doing surgery on cake pops, bananas, and corn dogs on how trans surgeries happen, where you hear kids right next to them, and then want to act confused as to why respect for trans people, gay people is declining. Wants to act confused why people don't like this person.
And this big back had the nerve to attack me. This big biscuit had the nerve to attack.
Girl, if that's how you... Where is this at? Who said... I gotta find a comment where they said that... Here it is. For a nasty pick-me bullying. Is this the best she got? Big back, big biscuit? Oh, mamas, you will not survive a Reed battle with a T.S. Madison, a Hope Giselle, a Dominique Morgan, even though she on Ice Girl, Angelica Ross, motherfucking maybe Laverne Cox, I don't know, girl. But you're not, and you definitely gonna win a read-off against a motherfucking Queen Stevie, who said, do it to me. You're not gonna, girl, if those are the reads that you're throwing, big back, this big biscuit, girl, we understand your ass is hungry, girl. We understand that you want to eat, girl. But now this person is turning, you saw corn dogs and shit and thought about biscuits. And no shade, Amir is cute to me though, no shade. To you he not, but to me he is, girl. Ain't no hating. I'm with you when you right, girl. I'm attracted. One of my types, which is horrible, is I am attracted to black dudes that are not attracted to black dudes. They're attracted to white dudes. That's one of my types, and I have to let that go, girl, because you don't even want nigga dick. That's crazy to me. Remember when people used to say that being queer was a trend? This segment give those vibes. They want to gatekeep for the biggest. Ooh, Hitman. Big back, big biscuit. Hell no, unless we're talking about a motherfucking Red Lobster cheddar bay butter biscuit. So she is just salty. And I have to do my research and find out, because there was a discourse, as she said, between Miss Mama's on the screen with the corn dog and Miss Mama sitting in front of a mirror. I might have to go ahead and do my due diligence.
Attack me and say that I'm a bad look for the community. So, you know, that's that inversion, right?
Oh, yeah, Grandpa are fine as hell.
Taking the truth and making it a lie, like
as long as I have a face, he will always have a place
of what
to
is
sit.
true. You know, I'm not saying I'm a saint because I'm a human being, I'm flawed, but the idea that I'm the one causing issues for trans people is pretty insane. Yeah, this person is like, I mean, talk about disrespectful. This is called like embodying disrespect. Like you just are disrespect.
Even going as far as like trying to get waiters fired for getting like misgendering you. Like that's excessive. You're out eating at a restaurant and you're like, oh, well, it's ma'am. And then you're like, well, I need the manager because you misgendered me, or I need to check now.
That's that entitlement. That's that this person feels, I mean, I could psychoanalyze a person like this all day. Clearly this person, you know, has gone through a lot in life, and God bless on that. I hope you heal, because that would help everybody if you healed. Everybody. And because that is unhealed, now he's attached this trans label, which he's wearing as an armor. And he thinks that that gives him a right to oppress others, to subjugate others, to get people in trouble, right? It's like people who walk around with their nose held high and they can be rude to wait staff, they can be rude to people, and they feel like they're better than other people.
You're equating that to somebody saying, hello, sir. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not a sir, I'm a miss. Oh, okay, my bad, miss. Now, are these people like respecting, again, because we talked about you can respect people's identity without fucking up reality, right? But again, because the trans person they're talking about does not look like Blaire, when the person says, hey, sir, and they say, hey, I'm not a sir, I'm a ma'am, I can understand the trans person, because I think the name is Tina. I don't know the name, so I'm just going to say the trans person. I can understand if they're complaining if the server is continuously misgendering them after I done fucking told you what it was. See, y'all be thinking that it's just perverts like, girl, I kind of want to see some pussy today in the bathroom. I know if I go in there the way I look, it'll be a problem. So let me throw a wig on or whatever so I can go ahead and be a pervert. And if that's the case, where is the perverted behavior at? Because those same women in the bathroom, those same girls in the bathroom have an iPhone. They have a phone in which they can also, just like how Karens pull out their shit, I'm going to get yell. I'm going to get yell. Why aren't you getting them in the bathroom? This pervert in the bathroom. This pervert just looked at me. This pervert just tried to touch me. Oh my, where's that at? We never see that. But in people's minds, that's what they think. And I don't know, is that a form of projection? Maybe if you was in the bathroom, would your ass do that? I'm curious to know.
Mm-hmm. When in reality, there's nobody looking at you like you're a superior to them.
No one. And even on the topic of getting misgendered, or just someone not really
Queen Stevie
saying the things you want them to say.
Not Tish.
I felt this way too, and we both felt this way. We talked about it a little bit growing up. I don't understand how you are an individual lending so much of your mental health to a stranger and how they're calling you.
Right.
If you are my close friend, yes, I want you to say he. I want you to say Amir. I'm going to call you Blaire. I'm going to say she. Outside of that, my friends and my family, I don't give a damn what you think about me. I'm not going to lend agency over my mind to a fucking stranger.
Right.
It even goes as far as like when people say nigga. I don't care about nigga. I am one. So
I don't care about are you sure?
Like tranny nigga, coon.
Are you sure you a nigga? And no shade, I can understand that aspect because it's not what they say, it's not what you're called, it's what you answer to. I can understand that. But when we also talk about adults who never really heal like Blaire said because they didn't have a space to, or if we're going to take it down to a lower level, children who deal with this. For a lot of children like myself, unlike Amir, when he heard the word fag after a milk carton was thrown at him, there was a lesbian bitch with her strap-on girl underneath the pants that stood the hell up and was ready to whoop ass. Amir was like, well, no, he's going through something in his life, and that is the only queerphobic experience that he has shared with us, unless there are others. But for other queer people like myself, that word faggot is not just a word. That word is followed by physical violence. For a lot of trans women, when they hear the word trainee girl, they're hearing that as bottles are being thrown at them, as they're being assaulted. We literally have videos of trans women minding their own fucking business and being attacked and assaulted by groups of niggas who had no other business of their own but to demonize and to ostracize this person. And for people to sit up there and say, oh, well, people are not looking at you, Tino, as the trans person. Yes, they are. She's known as the weird trans bitch at Disney World. One of the lost dark characters of Walt Disney in this bitch. That was left on the cutting room floor, but somehow got the hell up. Like, No, don't call me back, bitch. Block me, girl. Block me and remove me from all the motherfucking contacts, girl. Block me on all social medias, girl. Because don't call me back. Because if this the bullshit we dealing with, girl, we going to have to read a bitch and cuss a bitch out, girl. Because obviously the information is not getting there. If people just mind their own fucking bitch. If somebody came to me and, girl, when I was in high school, I was friends with the weird people, girl. I was friends with niggas who thought they were wolves. Who was role playing as wolves, girl. What's your wolf name, bitch? Oh, good. I'm not a wolf. I'm gonna wash my ass. This person didn't wash it. They literally smelled like a wolf. But I didn't sit up there and say, you're not a fucking wolf. Girl, I don't get, that's your motherfucking life, girl. They may get out of that phase, girl. I don't know. Is being a wolf harming you? Now, it may harm, yes, it may harm our nostrils because your smell is offensive. But there are some people who gonna be able to be like, girl, you a stinky ass motherfucker, but you still my friend. Like, there is a capacity for other people to do things. And if people just mind their fucking business, I feel like things will be cool, bitch. Like, I don't give a fuck what your pronoun is. If that's what you want to call me, you want to call me. If that's the game, I'm not calling no rapper or no performer, whatever they fucking artist name is, bitch. I'm going to call you your government name, the shit that your mama called you, bitch. I'm not calling you Mook Mook. I'm calling you Jamal. I'm not calling you Little Woody Whoop. I'm calling you Christian. I'm not calling you Lil Mook Mook. I'm calling you Albert. What's up, Albert? No, my name is Lil Mook Mook. Bring it on, Albert. Who is Albert? My name is Lil Mook Mook. We don't play that shit. No, nigga, your name is Albert. We not doing that shit. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And one way that you don't have to deal with people's pronouns is just don't fucking interact with them. It's that simple. If there's a trans bitch in the line that's saying that she a she, but she don't look like a she bitch, instead of you going and fuck off on your shit, just call her motherfucking she and move her ass along. Do you see how that rectifies the situation? She gets to move on with her life and you get to move on with your life. Both of you get to move on with your life. But that organized religion, baby, be in your head talking about, I gotta say something, I gotta say something, I gotta say something. If I don't say something, God gonna strike me down. If I don't say something, I'm gonna get into a car accident. If I don't say something, God gonna give me a heart attack. If I don't say something, my damn child gonna die like the goddamn firstborns when the Pharaoh wouldn't let his people go, girl. It's gonna be all type of biblical shit if I don't tell this person the truth. But according to the narrative of the Bible, and I'm gonna press play after this, when we look at the story of Jesus talking to the rich man who inquired about getting into heaven and thought that he could use his coinage to get into heaven. And Christ told that nigga it is easier for a camel to go through the needle of an eye, girl. I mean, the eye of a needle, excuse me. For a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to buy his way into heaven. Christ didn't sit down there and argue him down for hours and hours. The nigga said, oh, okay, well, Jesus, I hope you have a good traveling that you got going on. I can get you some new sandals. I can get you a new robe, a new garb, a new dress. I can get y'all some food and shit. I have the resources to bless y'all, but I'm not finna get this shit up to get into heaven, girl. And what did Christ do? Okay, God bless you. And kept it moving. See, organized religion, when Blaire talks about that privileged, elitist type of, oh, not me, organized religion is that, Miss Mama, and you represent that. I remember when a big back nigga came on my platform, girl, when I was talking to Dr. Nakumbi, it was explaining Christianity. I said, okay, then, well, no shade. Here's a good middle ground. All the LGBTQI plus inclusive bullshit in schools and media and television, we'll stop all that once the Christians do the same thing. Wait a minute. Hold on, wait. You can't do that, Bubs, because that's where we get our morality from. No. I don't see the homosexuals knocking on the door talking about, are you ready for your pussy to be blown out? Because if you not, no. I hear people knocking on the door talking about, are you ready for Jehovah's return? Because if you not, and I grew up back in the day that when Jehovah's Witnesses was knocking on your door, bitch, everybody hit the floor, girl. Everybody getting down. Ain't nobody home. Shit, don't say nothing. Shut up. They still knocking. You have Christian people that are literally saying to go out and spread the gospel. Where are gays being told to spread the gayness? I've literally watched organized religion at funerals, at pastoral ordinations, all these different things that even though it's supposed to be about that person, it is about God and winning souls. So again, we're going to have to ask the real question here. Because if we're going to have this awareness and checking the blind spots of queer people, cool, let's do that. But organized religion not exempt. Maybe not only do y'all need to check out the LGBT conundrum that was done by the Objectivist podcast, Boss Man, shout out to him, one of the secure niggas that was part of a particular platform, girl, was more of a man than some of the niggas over there with nails and a top bun, a top knot. But also check out the religious conundrum that he had. And it's interesting because when it came out to the LGBT people, girl, the homosexuals were in the building and I was there for every LGBT conundrum. Front and center. Like, okay, boss man, what you saying, pimping? Fuck these other niggas on your platform because they're just a platform right now. I'm talking to the person who actually bringing forth the information, girl. And I was there for all of the LGBT conundrums. I was there for all of the motherfucking backlash, all of the motherfucking heat, all of the motherfucking, I was there for all of it. But when the last conundrum happened and I said, well, boss man, just to be fair, are we going to get a religious conundrum? And he said, Bubs, I know you're a top, but don't put the cart before the horse. That's exactly what I'm doing next. And the same motherfuckers who was in the comments talking all that anti-gay shit was quiet as the fuck when it came down to organized religion. I don't know why, bitch, because this is where y'all are specialized at. Y'all told my homosexual ass girl that we need to have a Bible study, but now you're having a Bible study with somebody who actually knows the damn Bible and realize it helps y'all to realize that y'all don't know shit about the Bible unless the shit y'all pastor has regurgitated to y'all. Then y'all quiet as the fuck. And guess who was loud, not just in the the queer conundrum, but the religious one as well? My gay ass was. So who really walking in truth here? Because if I have to blame all the bullshit on an invisible motherfucker that I can't see, that seems very childish to me in this bitch.
Faggot, I don't care. I don't.
Imagine using that all at once. Oh my God.
I genuinely don't care because I'm too grown for that. I've gone through too much shit in my life to sit here and be concerned about someone misgendering me.
But you're sitting here being concerned about how the dominant society lumps you in with gay people because even though you try so hard to prove that you're not those fags, the reality is you're still one. You're still a haggot. You're still one. You're a good one. You're a voice piece. You're a shield for the bigots. But let's not forget, you will always and forever to the majority be a faggot. And here it is, people like myself and other queer activists that, again, you had a video where you're demonizing them, was trying to do the best they can to actually change that narrative, and you think you're actually helping queer people. Again, baby, how much are y'all being paid? Because it must be some big money.
Or not respecting me the right way,
The
or how I should be
same
called.
count, the
Fuck
same
you.
starlight.
I genuinely don't care. And when it comes to these kind of people,
get her count.
I'm just so frustrated how gay people were getting the respect. It was increasing the respect for us, but nonprofits, the well dries up when you solve your problem. There are all these gay nonprofits. Gays were pretty much fine. They needed something else. And they really went in on the TQ plus side of things. And then we've just seen this whole shift in our world pretty much, since like 2019, 2020, in how people look at the gay community. And even now it's like kind of flipped where it is more accepted being gay and you can come out and it's more fine. But I'd argue for someone maybe like us and on a middle / like right side, you almost don't want to come out because you don't want to be associated with the LGBTQ community at large.
Then don't you think you should educate the Republican Party about what LGBT actually is? Because from your statement, you're saying that the Liberal Party doesn't have this problem. And when we talk about this steep decline or whatever that we saw in Amir Odom's video about gay marriage, I forgot which one it was, but you can check out my video essay because I have the clip in there or whatever. The only stark decline that we saw was not from the Democratic Party. It was the Republican Party. And again, during the first and especially this past presidency, what were the campaign speaking about from the Republican Party at large? It was nothing but anti-trans and anti-black and anti-DEI. Yet these motherfuckers on this platform, girl, that platform, are sitting there as if though there's DEI and Republicans and in the right side, including them. How? We don't need the video clips about other gay motherfuckers, bitch. Fuck all that, girl. Just like a particular red pill platform needs to shut the fuck up about homosexuals and black women being bitches and shit like that, I'm gonna need for them to explain to us how the Republican Party at large has benefited black people. So I'm gonna need for Amir and Blaire to help us understand how the Republican Party benefits the queer community more so than the Liberal Party ever could. And again, it's Pride Month. So this is the time for y'all to, again, show us what that actually looks like. Will they? That's the question.
If anything, if I ever feel embarrassment or anything close to an insecurity about being trans, it's maybe if someone knows that about me, but they don't know the rest of who I am, and they associate me with someone like this beast.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
When they associate me with what the masses are. So like when someone sees me, happens all the time. Oh, Amir, you're a black gay guy and you love Beyonce? Yes, Queen Kamala, right? And I'm no, right. That's not me. And it is funny when I like disarm people.
Matter of fact, continue. Do the disarming.
I had a plumber come over. Was he a plumber? No, was he a appraiser? And he come in the house and he's like, oh, I live in the deep south. And like way outside of Nashville. And he comes in there and it's like a doodle, gay couple, Teslas. He's like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like a more right-leaning YouTuber. He's like, what? You were more towards the right? And like his whole attitude changed and shifted. It felt like he was like on guard. Like he didn't want to say anything offensive. He didn't want to like, he felt like, oh, I'm like with a gay black guy. Like, oh gosh. But I'm like, I'm literally chill.
But at the same time, hello? Y'all sitting here talking about individualism, but they get mad at trans people walking in their own individualism. And if we're going to be fair, let's say this happens on both sides. Maybe both sides need to find out the gray area in this bitch, because Blaire and Amir are not trying to find a gray area. They're trying to find a red area. Don't red and blue make purple? Okay, maybe we need to have a purple area or something. Because that statement makes no fucking sense. And as like this, the comment on the screen reads, gays are pretty much fine. Where? We still got work to do. The party that these two align themselves with is the same party that wants to overturn marriage equality. And even though Amir said, don't worry about gay marriage, it's codified and all this type of shit, we are seeing an administration do illegal shit in front of us. And y'all worried about the motherfucking law. You talking about hoes that are breaking the rules. These motherfuckers are breaking the rules. They're the ones breaking the rules, and you're expecting them to follow it? Oh, we're just fine. No, nigga, you fine. You in the deep south with your white knight, with your Tesla, and your doodle dog. You are good. Personally, you are good. Just like how you don't want other people in the queer community to speak for you, you don't fucking speak for us when you talk about the fact that we're good. No, my nigga, you good. So let's be all the way clear about this bitch. Because there are objective realities and statistics and studies that have been put out there that literally poke holes in your narrative, Amir. I wish that I had something to smoke on right now. I wish I had a little bit of herb, a little bit of pre-roll to smoke on right now, girl. Because a part of me kind of doesn't want to go in, and also because it's Pride Month, and I really don't give a fuck, girl. Y'all don't give a fuck, so I'm not gonna give a fuck either. We just won't give a fuck in this bitch. But, girl, if I had a pre-roll, and again, if you want to bless the king, not the king, I'm sorry, that's Conscious TV. If you want to bless the leprechaun, excuse me, you can definitely hit that Cash App, $ Conscious TV at the bottom of the screen as it reads, leave a message for Bubs, okay? Or that hoe will spend it on some shit or put it in her hair. Or you can definitely hit me up on PayPal, me/BubzDaGawd. No shade.
That I hate this sort of like walking on eggshells thing that people feel like they may have to do. Luckily, you know, I'm YouTuber, influencer, I work from home. So whenever I'm around other people, really anything social, it's always people who, you know, are aware of like what kind of person I am mostly. But like, I would feel really bad if, you know, for just like regular gay or trans people who maybe don't have any outlet to express like that they're different a little bit, that everyone has to kind of walk around on eggshells. Because I've still experienced it, and it's like, it's an uncomfortable thing for me to feel like, are you nervous about saying something or feeling some way? Like, I don't like that. I like open conversation. I like really connecting with people, and that becomes like a block to human connection as well.
Yeah, and it's also weird when, this is more on the racial side of things, but I've had people like feel bad for me for being black, like other white people. And I'm like,
that's more racist than anything.
Thank you. Like, you kind of switched it, and now you're acting racist when you're not trying to be.
Right.
Like, in Tennessee, there's two black license plates. There's like a conservative one, more about like being conservative with your money, and it's more of like a matte black. And there's the other black license plate, but it's like has the African flag on it, and it's more for basically a BLM plate. Okay. The only two black license plates in Tennessee. Everybody gets them. And I'm at a supercharger, and this guy just made a comment like, "Oh, you have the black license plate too? I made sure to get the BLM one. We don't want that conservative one. Am I right?" And I'm like, "No, I actually hate BLM." He was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
It was a money laundering scheme. It didn't actually progress black people in any way. It's like, it's kind of like the pride thing. It's kind of like the trans, community gay, the whole movement. It's like the idea that I'm supposed to rock some kind of ugly ass. First of all, the flag now is just so ugly.
It's disgusting. It's literally a new community.
Right. Even the original, it's kind of like, not to be super Christian again, but it's like, damn, you really corrupted the rainbow. And then you name it. See how it's all like intentional? It's like they named themselves a deadly sin. They corrupted the rainbow. It's like, I don't know who created all of that and just decided it, but clearly they were a Satanist. I'm not even trying to be funny. So, and then see, that's the thing is like, maybe people think like, oh, all gay people and trans people are like satanic or whatever. If you're a hardcore Christian, it's like, well, I think satanic people really did pick the things that represent them, because that's just too on the nose to call themselves a deadly sin and to corrupt the rainbow, which is a promise from God. But anyways.
Yes, a promise of God that he wouldn't destroy the earth by water anymore. Still gonna destroy shit, but not just by water. And like CTV said in the part 1, as far as, this live is concerned, I wonder how Miss Blaire would feel about the Carfax, about how demonic her own organized religion really is, how much bloodshed, how much blood they have on their hands. How if you wanted to gain favor in the church, you just give up one of your children and we can write a petition to God on your behalf. Or the fact, Miss Blaire, that with this rise of Christian nationalism, that there are literally Christian people going to other people. They're not in the church. Y'all told the gay people to get the fuck out the church. We don't want the fag shit, the trans shit. We don't want none of that shit in the church. And they left and created their own spaces. Or they left organized religion and started looking at other forms of spirituality. There are literally videos of Christians showing up to candle shops and crystal shops outside singing songs of warfare, trying to convert this person. Literally going to, we did a live about a year or so ago, I think during Pride Month, where this family ended up going to a LGBT church in Atlanta. And while they were having a choir rehearsal, came and started some shit up when the homosexuals were going into the house of God. Not to pop coochie, but for Jesus, but to actually sing praises unto his name. We literally have a video of a dude, probably the same black dude, that went to an affirming church and stood up and interrupted the service because all y'all going to hell, all y'all being demons. So when the gays in the church, it's a problem and an issue. But when they finally get the fuck up out your church and low shade, there goes your music ministry. There goes the first lady's fashions. Now she looking like a fucking burnt duck and shit. Looking like Kim Burrell with these goddamn camel toe ass fucking dollar store Timu ass motherfucking jumpsuits on for Jesus and a goddamn cum rag bird nest on top of her damn head. There goes that. There goes the service in your church. And now they end up having their own spaces, their own places where they can actually hear God's voice as opposed to your bitch ass voice. And now all of a sudden you're coming into these spaces, even though they did what you asked them to do, leave, and you project your shit. Blaire, I think you really need to look at what's actually demonic. Because maybe God saved your life, but organized religion has destroyed millions. And if we're going to be objective, you have, just like you want the trans people to acknowledge detransitioners, okay, cool. Y'all got to also acknowledge how organized religion has harmed millions of people. And we're not just talking about in America, we're talking around the world. So, Miss Blaire, are you going to speak on that? Because that would be very interesting.
The Christian just jumps out. I'm sorry. But, you know, it hasn't helped us.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that we're supposed to rock it, just like, why would you rock a money laundering scheme?
Right. I'm not going to rock a BLM flag.
That'd be weird. Yeah.
No, shit makes no damn sense. And that just frustrates me in itself. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then lastly, we have the LGBTQ community is inclusive unless you think differently.
Republican, I've experienced way more hostility from other gay people for being Republican than I have from other Republicans for being gay. Said in another way.
How true is that for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't get really death threats for being trans. I get them for being a Republican and being, you know, I was at the White House Correspondents' dinner the other night, and like I got more hate for that than I got for like being trans.
Even being there in the room.
Right.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's unfortunate, and that was one of the most hard. I have sympathy for people that are a little more silent on their political views, as much as I want them to be more vocal. I am a resilient person, but damn, it was hard losing a lot of my childhood friends.
Oh, so you did lose friends?
Oh, yeah. This white twink was like, oh, Amir, you're too racist and homophobic for me. I'm like, okay, here we go. But yeah, when I went through my whole suicidal phase, there was one night where like I was playing Frogger with semi-trucks. Like it was about to go down. And before that, I like remember that night clear as day. I went to all my friends' house, 3 of them, to say goodbye. They're kind of confused. They're like, why are you giving me a hug at 9 p.m.? I'm like, oh, it's on my way home. I just thought about you.
Oh my gosh.
Do all that. But now I don't talk to none of them. So all the people that were like so pivotal in my life, like there for me, dropped me just because of like political views. I'm like, these people are deranged. Are there some MAGA toting Facebook mamas that hates gays and blacks? Yes, that exists.
Right.
But so why are we not also talking about them? Now, for you bringing up your whole unaliving ideation, I'm sorry. If you going to somebody and you hugging them at 9, 10 o'clock in the fucking evening and they're asking you a question about what's going on, were they really your real friends to begin with? Because if they were your real friends, you should have been safe enough to tell them that I want to play Frogger with trucks. I played Froggers with trucks and did not and survived, but I'm low-key thinking about doing it with a blindfold next time. What are they supposed to do? Read your fucking mind? They already felt the energy. How can I know the truth and verify things if you don't open your mouth and tell me? And yes, those people dropped you from your political beliefs because it's like, Amir, you're a black gay man. And you don't even know how to explain your political beliefs in a way to where it's like, I can understand that, because if it was truly objective, that would be the result of it. But it's going to be difficult to sit in a room and be connected to somebody who literally supports a party. Like, for example, I was talking to somebody who's in my inner circle who at that time during the whole campaign trail said that he was friends with somebody. He was the only conservative Republican in the group chat, and to Amir's perspective, he felt like he really couldn't say shit. But then the person in my inner circle is a real ass bitch and kind of like talk to him about it and be like, hold on. First of all, why are you voting for Trump? Oh, because he's a Republican. That's the party that I support. Despite his background. See, y'all love talking about gay people and their background and their history and what they've done and what they've been through, but you can't do that for this pig. Not even a prize to one at that. Not even winning the affairs. Righteously. Just in a just way. And then he said, well, isn't your daughter lesbian? Yeah, she's lesbian. So you're not thinking about your daughter's future? Your political affiliation to a motherfucker who don't care about you and is showing America right now he don't give a fuck. Like Queen Stevie said, this motherfucker is building a multi-$100 million+ million ballroom while groceries are going up, while gas is going up, while the cost of living is going up. And you don't think there ain't gonna be more OnlyFans and more whores in the street because they got to get to the money. The job market is trash. There are more people unemployed than there are employed. AI is taking motherfucking jobs, bitch. You want to sit up here and align yourself with somebody who is actively, physically, objectively, I was trying to burp, destroying America because he's a Republican and that's your political party, and because he claims to be a Christian, even though this motherfucker said that if he was to die today, he wouldn't know where the hell he would go, even though he know where he would go. And really just showed how delusional a lot of Christians are when it came down to them supporting him. And let's not forget that book has been used and justified to slaughter people. There are literally stories of God telling certain people to destroy and kill these people, to grape the young girls and all this stuff in the name of the Lord. Have you forgotten about the dark ages of the church? Maybe you should do your research on that, Blaire. Amir.
There's some Becky's out there.
There's some of them out there, but I have yet to be called by the right more than anyone on the left. The left is the one that's doing that to me.
Right. And I think there's like a lot of denial about how ugly the hate really is, how big the hate really is. But you can look at what happened to Charlie Kirk. You can look at the shooting the other night at the Correspondence Center. You can look at Savannah Hernandez recently getting assaulted. And then there's the other Savannah, I forget her last name, who got punched in the face for daring to like not support abortion. It's like, wow, she doesn't want to kill babies. Let's punch her. Again, demonic.
No, let's talk about what's demonic. I love how when y'all talk about C. Kirk and all these other people getting punched or whatever, that's demonic. But when you literally had a police officer on George Floyd's fucking neck, and we see it from all angles, when we literally have people that are still making memes to this day about George Floyd and all these other people that got murdered. No, bitch. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And when I say bitch in a universal way. Not saying you as a bitch, but I'm a gay man, so bitch is one of my words. It's kind of like no shade. It's like a little culture thing, if you will. And on top of that, these people who were unalived. See, here's the part that's getting me. So, a black man being killed, unalived, removed from this earth in an unjustifiable way. These people didn't bring a gun out and start shooting. These people didn't do anything to bring forth what was brought onto them. And imagine having news outlets replaying that video. Imagine that video circulating all around social fucking media the entire time, and to see certain people talk shit about them, have white kids laying on the ground with a bag of Skittles and an Arizona T-can girl with ketchup on the ground talking about I'm on my Trayvon shit. Girl, so when Mr. Charlie got kirked, bitch, Those who responded the way they responded, they're justified in their response. Again, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. It can really be a mirror experience, and y'all get pissed off when queer people give y'all a mirror experience because y'all feel like y'all own all the fucking reality. Y'all don't. I keep telling y'all this. So if you want it to stop on this side, then y'all hoes stop first. Y'all can't get mad at hoes responding to y'all. Bitch, y'all the ones that created the environment for this. We're giving you the response. You don't like the response, then change up the atmosphere in this mug. If not, this is what you're going to get, and then some, because it's Pride Month.
So it's really ugly. And have I ever been near a shooting because someone wanted to go take out a bunch of LGBT people, despite being in many rooms with a lot of LGBT people? No.
Wow.
Have I been in a room where
Queen.
someone was trying to take out the president because he's a Republican and a conservative? Yes. So for me...
No, they was trying to take his ass out because he was fucking America up and destroying America. And the people that tried to attack him were not trans person. It wasn't talking about some free the nuts and then shot him. No. These are people, if I'm not mistaken, who also were middle right leaning, who ended up getting the motherfucker together. And if we're going to play that game, I don't know about the White House shooting, but as far as the other attempts on the president's life have been white men. White men. Not a Negro in sight, not a Latino in sight, not an Asian in sight, not a Muslim person in sight, a Caucasian person. Scaled that fucking wall like he was Spider-Man, bitch, and nobody said nothing because he's white, and then he was able to do what the fuck he was able to do, even though he missed. The person that unalived Mr. Kirk was a white man. So I think, again, the conversation that we need to be having is, why is all these white men being violent? As Queen said in the comment section, Derek Chauvin. And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Derek Chauvin the individual who had his gun out, his AR out during the riots and shot and killed somebody, girl? Oh no, I think Derek Chauvin is the one who unalived the black people in church, if I'm not mistaken. I may be getting those mixed up. If so, please correct me, Queen, in the comment section. But these people are celebrated. When we think about all of these school outings, the majority are white kids. Yeah, Tyrone may be popping niggas, but at least Tyrone ain't popping niggas at school. Tyrone catch a nigga slacking and slipping at the corner store, at the gas station. It's still not right. But we're talking about these mass unalivings, girl. Niggas ain't got shit to do with it. The faggots ain't got shit to do with it. The main common denominator and all that shit is that they were white men that did this. We almost done, y'all. We almost done. Make sure you hit that like button.
I just don't choose to live in a world where, you know, I have to lie to myself and act like leftists are my friend when they stay trying to get me.
They always. And even for myself and this.
So it's hard for you to feel like be friends with leftists because leftists, you feel like leftists are out to get you. Well, now you understand how the fuck the left feels with your ass voting for the Republican Party and siding with them when they're the ones trying to get rid of all of us, dumbass. Let me shut up, girl. I don't have my weed.
This isn't gonna reach them, and if it does, you're not gonna see me in the moment. But when I do go to the gay clubs 3 times a year.
Listen to this
Beyonce theme nights because I love Beyonce. And then at the Beyonce concert, I'll go there, and I'm like at the rail, and I'm like there at 2:00. I go under like a different name and a different profession. Like I own a marketing company, and I go over a different name because I've witnessed firsthand. I'm in the club. A deep cut song comes on from like the early 2000s. I lock eyes with someone across. We're singing. I'm like, oh my gosh, like you're a real fan. Jiving the whole night. I'm like, this is actually really fun and cool. Trade Instagrams, blocked.
Because then they find out.
Yes. Or I've been at a concert and I've shown someone like what I am and what I do. And they're like, oh, I'm not talking the rest of the night. And telling people not to talk to me. So now I'm just by myself. Like now I just go and I'm just like, oh, I don't do social media. No, I don't do anything because I have to.
Oh, not you being a punk ass bitch. Not you not walking in your truth and saying, yeah, I'm a Republican commentator, bitch. You don't like me, I don't give a fuck, hoe. That's why your ass got AIDS. That's why your ass is fucked up. That's why your ass got... You ain't go in like that. You ain't let the liberals have it. And let me pull up again, because let me pull up Amir Odom stuff. Let me go, because he has a whole playlist. Again, there were 42. There's more now, girl. Playlist, LGBTQ issues. There are 49 videos, bitch. Damn. So we got 7 extra videos, girl. My concerns with the LGBT community. Reacting. Girl, is there a way to make this shit bigger? Let me see if I can pull up on this end, because I'm not getting all of the video titles, girl, because this nigga over here confused about how he doesn't have friends, girl. Let's look at your motherfucking YouTube shit. Because again, y'all over here can judge a trans person because they don't look like one, girl. You're going to call it what it is, right? So let's call it what the fuck it is. What's good for the goose is good for the gander in this mug. Are we not? The fuck? Let me go ahead and pull up. Where we at? Amir Odom. His video is 2 hours ago and got 11K views, girl. Now, my small ass channel is getting there. So the one thing he got on me is the subscribers and the views, girl. But as far as the intellect, as far as the actual shit, girl, Miss Mamas, you lacking in that. Let's look at the playlist. I'm going to read it to you. My concern with I'm going to read all 49 of these bitches. My concern with the LGBT community, reacting to shocking and emotional confessions from detransitioners on TikTok. Why some trans people desire to detransition. Why some gay people don't like pride parades. Why pride parades are not family friendly. Why woke LGBT teachers are getting fired. Why these queer books have been banned by schools. Reacting to woke trans people's meltdown after getting misgendered. Why some gay people are voting for Trump, why no one cares about Gay Pride Month anymore, that was 11 months ago. Here's why the LGB is different from the TQI, reacting to cringe and insane queer TikToks, why trans kids are becoming more common with Gen Z and Alpha, how Pride Month became the most hated month with some other white chick on here, why trans women are being banned from everywhere, why Lily Tino, that's the trans person they were talking about that was in Disney, thank you for the name, is the most hated trans person on TikTok, reacting to insane LGBTQ plus and woke TikToks, why people are upset about drag queens and kids, reacting to woke trans people freak out after getting misgendered, why so many people dislike the queer community, reacting to Jeffree Star rant about the trans community. I'm reading all 49, bitch. We are 22. Why the gay community is different than the trans community, reacting to shocking and controversial queer teachers on TikTok, the shocking truth about trans athletes and women's sports. This one, inside the craziest gay pride parade and festival. You can watch my review on that, because if that's insane, yeah, you're the one that's crazy. I'm black, gay, and not voting for Kamala Harris. Why the UK and US are going against trans people. Reacting to insane gay pride parade clips. Why Gen Z is the most gay generation. Reacting to Nicki Minaj rant about trans kids. Why trans kids are getting banned. Reacting to the most insane queer TikToks and pride events. Reacting to anti-gay commercials and TikToks. Reacting to one conservative versus 25 queer activists with Michael Knowles. My concern with trans kids. We're at 36, we're almost done. Why trans women are being banned from the Olympics. Why normal gay people are on the rise. Why gay dating culture is toxic. How trans women are erasing biological women forever. Why some gay and trans people dislike the queer community featuring Blaire White, the one we're reacting to now. Why some trans people want to use women's bathrooms. Pride parade canceled because kids aren't allowed. Why so many straight men are secretly gay. Why trans women are being banned from sports. Your coming out story. Why gay marriage might be banned. Why the gay marriage is being banned panic was wrong, even though the nigga played into the shit. Why the Supreme Court hasn't stopped conversion therapy and how I ended up there. And lastly, how LGBTQ activists destroyed the gay community, which is the most recent video added to this 49 video playlist that has, as far as the playlist is concerned, 71,926 views, but yet these videos gets hundreds of thousands and millions of views on their own. So you're sitting here shocked and fucking confused, my nigga, when there are people who find out who you are, just like there are people who will find out that Miss Blaire is a transsexual and demonize her ass. At least the difference between you and Blaire is the fact that with you, we can look at the playlist of how you have spoken ill against the queer community. Meanwhile, we ain't seen nothing in that playlist talking about the resolution to the queer community. The first ever Turning Point family-friendly pride event featuring Blaire White, Amir Odom, and the other pick-me's. Like, we don't see that. We don't see you. Hey, y'all, I'm traveling all around the United States, bitch, or to certain fucking pride events during Pride Month, and I'm gonna give you the deep scoop on what's going on with the gays, because I'm actually gonna be boots on the ground, not just the dance and the flag where them trans at, bitch, but I'm gonna be boots on the ground, and we gonna sit here and we gonna talk about all the shit, and I'm gonna have all the records so that all the other homosexual commentators and weak ass activists like BubzDaGawd and everybody else can shut the hell up, because now I have given them what they've been asking for. Girl, once we start seeing those videos in the playlist, then we can, then we'll be copacetic. Then we'll be square. Then we'll be square. But let's continue with Amir's amazement on why he is shocked that people that are queer don't want to fuck with him, as if though he ain't got 49 plus. And I say plus because future videos coming, girl. It's Pride Month, so you know he gonna milk the fuck out this shit, girl. When they look at that video playlist, and if you already got gay conservatives who feel the same way you do, build a fucking group. Y'all niggas got money. Y'all niggas got power. Y'all niggas got influence. Y'all niggas got reach. Why don't you use your power and your influence to help create a fucking group where motherfuckers can get together? Y'all can put y'all money together and rent out a motherfucking building every fucking month, girl, for once a month to be able to have the Republican version of the Beyonce deep cuts. But that would be very hypocritical, because Beyonce has a whole album called Renaissance that was dedicated to the queer community, which was her highest grossing tour. You see how people love gay people for what they can do for them, but not love gay people for who they are? In the words of Paul Mooney, and I'm going to press play. Everybody want to be a nigga, but don't want to be a nigga. And Amir wants to be a haggot, but don't want to be a haggot. And Blaire wants to be a tranny, but don't want to be a tranny. That's
undercover. That's crazy.
And that's sad, because again, that goes back to the prompt you had, which is like, it's all inclusive until, you know, it's something like that. And life is just so much bigger than who you want to have sex with. Life is so much bigger than what gender you are.
Tell the Republicans that.
You want to be. Like, there's so much you could connect with someone on.
Tell your people
who
that.
has different politics or has different worldviews.
Tell your church that.
I love engaging with people who
tell the hardcore Christians that.
I don't love necessarily always being around people that just feel the exact same way. Like,
yeah, no.
There's so much life to discover based around differences rather than similarities.
And it's how you grow and you change. Like when you're like going back and forth with somebody, and it's healthy to have those friendships. And it's so sad that more often than not, like when I was on the left, I had all my friends on the right. We'd talk about BLM, we have debates. I'm over here in Atlanta crying in the streets, marching, Black Lives Matter. Crazy. And then I kind of like switch my views, and all the left is like gone and don't want to have a conversation, because they immediately label me, oh, you're transphobic, oh, you're homophobic, we don't want to talk to you. They do it at pride parades. Don't talk to this person, don't talk to this person. What happened to being a part of the community? What happened to the community?
Well, in order for you to know what's happening with the community, you actually have to be in the community, and we know you too afraid to do that. When you were talking to your Republican conservative friends, girl, no shade, their talking points obviously won, girl, because you are not a Republican and conservative. So why would they fight against it when they were saying things that made sense to you, even though you have been hurt by Black people, you have been abused by Black people, and it was your own people that made you feel some type of way. So I can understand why your ass made the motherfucking switch. But then when you talk about all the other people who are Democrat not being able to have that conversation, maybe it's because Democrats and those who are queer and liberal have been having the same fucking conversation all their life. Eventually it gets bored, it gets tired, it gets draining, it gets irritating. Hell, even CTV says, girl, that he gets sick and tired of doing this shit. Now my ass likes talking about this stuff, because I feel like that's a part of my calling. But I also understand how draining it is, because when you are a queer person, you are always educating people. We have to hear the same dumb, stupid, vacation Bible school ass logic about queer people all the time. And then y'all expect us to be like cool with it, especially when this administration, or excuse me, as Queen said, regime, sorry, I stand corrected, is actively out here suppressing queer people's representations and then using y'all as the idea gay person or the model gay person.
Call me back.
I told you don't call me back, girl, unless it's Jamal. Girl, I'm just... Let's see what y'all say in the comments. Oh, so now you lying to me? Girl, that's one thing about BubzDaGawd, and that's why I use fair disclaimer. I don't just talk about what the fuck came out your mouth. I mean, talk about what I think you're saying. We literally sit here and watch the entire thing. We may have to break it up in different parts because people's attention spans is too short. I'm short in real life, but my mind not. I'm 6'6" in my mind. But I have sat here and listened to the words that have came out of people's mouth. And when I watch their videos, there's a part of me that be on my Scooby-Dooby shit like, where'd that come from? So yes, we can catch your ass lying, girl, because we watch your content. And that's why I'm glad my ass stutters. That's why I'm glad my ass be glitching sometimes or whatever. Because one thing that I'm going to do is before I speak, I'm going to think, and then I'm going to think twice. Unless I'm just in the flow. Parker Boy says, boo-hoo. Hitman says, imagine having to say that you made self-hating gay content for a living. Amir knows he is a grifter. Damn, why he after gay people like this? It seems like neither of them have friends. Which is very interesting because if they have these conservative people who feel like them, why not make your own friend group? I mean, the same shit that you're dealing with is the same shit that queer people dealing with. You're just dealing with it from the queer community. Imagine all the queer people. There literally is a book that I read on my channel called The Cross in the Closet, and I hope one day I'll be able to interview the author. The author was a white, Republican, conservative individual who was raised in the Deep South in the Bible Belt, very religious, very indoctrinated. There was queer people that were having a demonstration on this Christian campus. He came through like, girl, fuck it. Y'all being too nice to these homosexuals and these faggots. I need to tell them they're going to hell. They're going to die, fire and brimstone, and give your life to Christ. And then one of the queer people said, that's okay if you feel that way. God still loves you. And it kind of fucked him up because for him being the religious person, that's his job. So he felt like this queer person took away his power because you're supposed to be telling me bad things about God, but you're telling me that God loves me. It kind of fucked him up. Then he ended up befriending a lesbian woman. And when he found out that that lesbian woman was outed and was kicked out of her house, Timothy did the one thing that a lot of conservative Republican people, or hell, just a lot of people in general, would be afraid to do if they're straight. He decided to do an experiment where for 1 year, he would live as a gay man. He didn't fuck. He ain't go all the way through with it. But he was doing the social experiment coming out as gay. He told his family. Only a few friends knew that it was an experiment. He was with the queer community. The book literally talks about how he was around these people, having moments of being uncomfortable, being in his ego, and how he had to work through that because he was getting to know people, because the indoctrination that he had, that was drilled into him, and the actual objective, tangible reality that includes all of us was conflicting. He was having inner conflict within himself because I was told for a long time that this was the case about these people. I've had it built into me. I sat up here and played in the queerphobia, played in the transphobia, the transmisia. I played into all of these things. And now that I'm making an active choice to fight against my ego and to be in this space around these people, to know them for who they are, I'll give you something else. I recently had an engagement where, because I do photography and videography on the side. That's one of my other hustles that I love doing. It was for a pastoral ordination. Now, this has nothing to do with the pastor who got ordained. Shout out to him and shout out to his wife. I appreciate them. They're real cool. I didn't feel anything from them. The motherfucking conglomerate of the religious people around them, though, was a different situation. I was setting up my camera because we were going back to their home to take pictures. And one of the ladies said, because I was able to get this opportunity through my sister and her fiance, who is a female. My sister part of the community, y'all, and she's engaged. Meanwhile, I'm going to be 35 this month on the 22nd, still learning niggas' favorite colors and shit. Lord have mercy. But the lady was like, oh, is that your wife? Now, me and my sister look alike. She is literally the female version of me. I said, no, that's not my wife. I said, that's my sister. Okay. Well, who's the other girl? Now, there was a moment in me where it's like, do I really want to tell this woman this truth? Because if she come out her mouth and say some slick shit, there's a part of me that's going to fuck up this shit because I already got paid, so I don't give a damn. I already got the money, so you paid me in advance, so I'm cool. You might just have fewer pictures. We got the important stuff. But I said, oh, that's her fiance. And I looked her dead in her eyes. Yeah, that's her fiance. And she was like, oh, her fiance? Like her breath was going, her fiance? And I said, yeah, her fiance. And she said, oh, okay. She said, what about you? Have you found someone yet? I said, no, I'm still single. Oh, okay. I ended up going to the side to be able to help my sister and her fiance put some things up. And as I was walking back and forth from the table in the backyard to the side of the house to set up the posters and stuff for my sister, whenever I walked over, they would be talking, but whenever I was around, they were very quiet. And then I would hear words like lifestyle or sin or that way. And it's kind of like, okay, well, if y'all saying some shit, y'all showing how much y'all really believe in y'all God, because y'all not even saying it to me right now. See, it'd be like the little microaggressions like that be pissing a lot of people off that I think Amir and Blaire do not understand. You said the gays are good, bitch, where? Again, you're good. You don't speak for the entirety of the queer community. Just like you say that I don't speak for you, my nigga, you don't speak for me either. We see that you're speaking for the elite gays. We see that you're speaking for the premier gays. We see that you're speaking for the bougie gays. We see you're speaking for the rich and coined out gays who have power, who have privilege. And the fact that you a nigga that got power and privilege, oh my God, yes, you're going to be on your step and fetch it shit. Because you're going to step and you're going to fetch it. Instead of using your power and your influence and your resources to actually help the community. Which is why, again, I hope that we're going to get a Turning Point USA family-friendly Pride event. And I told you, Amir, if you can make a video over an hour showing us what a Turning Point family-friendly Pride event is, I will DM you my phone number. We can have a conversation. And if you can really seal the deal, I will delete all my shit on my channel, girl. And I will be Team Blaire White and Team Amir Odom. I will lose all my subscribers, girl, if you're telling the truth. Because I'm always on the side of objective truth. Are they going to do that? Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to no. I mean, Amir isn't denying that he's homophobic and transphobic. Hitman, no spur. They do not want to feel the consequences of their action. Really interesting how the normal gays that have no desire to be a part of the community are, checks notes, not part of the community. Come on, Daddy Bub, 35. Okay, you younger, 32. You right in my ballpark. My field. Let's continue, y'all, because we got a little bit more, y'all. We're going to be done because I kind of want to get this shit over with because ain't going to be no part 3. Bitch, I'm gonna watch this motherfucking video and we might be back later on tonight depending on how this video get me going.
There isn't one.
In their brains, they're not running a true-false filter. They're not trying to decide something's true or false. They're running an us and them filter.
Mm-hmm.
They're running these are the words I attribute to the other group of people, words like transphobic, hateful, racist, etc. And I'm the one who's not those things. So if you fall, it's like a very low IQ, binary way of thinking, black and white, like there's no gray area in life. So it's actually in a lot of ways a blessing. If you lose friends because you have a certain viewpoint, good for you. Like I lost friends when I started my channel as well. I actually had this friend group that it was a bunch of gay and trans people. This is when I was in college. This is like the only time in my life where I was really hanging out with them and it really woke me up. I started making YouTube videos and it took off really quick, actually. Like my first few videos had thousands of views. And so it was like a thing. I was excited. They were going into this lesbian's house and they were all having hate watch parties of my videos on the big screen, just like this.
Which thanks for the AdSense at this rate.
Right.
Yeah, what profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul through his booty hole, right?
So
for promises
it was a
of gold.
big lesson of wow, maybe the people I'm surrounding myself with are not actually my friends. And so that's the case for you as well. And how horrible to know that you came to them in your darkest moment and they weren't actually deep, true friends.
Yeah. Like you, it's sad, but it's also, like you said, it's a blessing because you are able to find out quickly who's actually there for you and who's not. And in this world, there's so many fake people. There's some people trying to use you, abuse you, take advantage of you, steal from you, lie to you. I can go on and on.
Said in another way, Republicans are way more tolerant towards gay people than gay people are towards Republicans. Well, yeah, that's because Republicans are against our rights. What rights exactly are you talking about? Because we've already lived through a Trump presidency and nothing happened to our rights.
You lived, I lived, some of us lived, but a lot of us didn't live through that. There are plenty of gay people who did not live through that. Again, we can understand your anecdotal experience, but your anecdotal experience does not make up the fucking whole.
I just got back from DC, and can I tell you, as someone
now listen to this part. This part is very interesting.
Has been in rooms with like true like establishment, like MAGA, like I'm in all the stuffy, kind of boring like political rooms, right? Republican Party, all the powerful people in those parties. It's so gay. They're so gay.
Can we please talk about it?
Yes.
It's gay as hell.
Yes. Not just even like, I'm not even trying to say like they're all closeted. I'm saying like, no, like half of them are just gay men. Like they're the ones running things. They're the ones doing the booking. They're the ones like they're running the Republican Party.
Yes. They are running the Republican Party. It's a lot of...
So the homosexuals are running the Republican Party? Bitch, am I missing something? Hey, Queen Spicy, what's going on? You might have to catch a replay because it was a lot. And there are 13 people watching me. I need some help, y'all. The Republican Party is led by gay people. And if it is led by gay people, I guess the ex-gay shit makes sense because these hoes are projecting their insecurities onto other people instead of dealing with their own shit. Because it's funny, whenever the Republicans are around, Grindr crashes. And for those of us that have been on Grindr, I was more of a Jack person because I like niggas. But on Grindr, girl, they talking about poppers too. They talking about fucking too. I literally had one white dude told me, "Ooh, I just want to smell your farts." I said, "Girl, what? How much you paying?" Girl, what? So when the Republican even Amir said it in his why gay marriage might be banned. Not, oh, gay marriage not banned, y'all, chill out. Why it might be. He also played into it. There was a segment where, again, if you look at my video essay, he was reading the fuck out of the DL niggas talking about, you got all these pastors and preachers and shit like that. He said, download Grindr and go to a church right now and see how many motherfucking people are so many feet away from you, looking at you, smiling and shit. As if that's the funny part. Y'all talking about gays are going to go to hell for being openly gay, as if though God don't see you sucking dick and taking dick, mind you, better than a lot of these OnlyFans stars could. I guess that's a form of penance for you. Because if your hole gets beat up and swollen, then maybe the gay demon will leave, even though low-key you're quote-unquote feeding the gay demon. So the Republican Party is being led by homosexuals, but see, let's go down with that narrative. They're being led by homosexuals. They're not being led by your everyday regular schmegular homosexuals. These are elite gays, or as someone said in the comments, these are Epstein type gays who care about money, power, and privilege, and capitalism. The only thing that's different between the Republican gays and the liberal gays is that these hoes are closeted. Because to them, being gay is about fucking. They walking around with this very bland, no seasoned ass living, but demonize the people who are living authentically and are loud, live, and in actual color. And we talking about a Sony A7V color girl where we getting 4K raw pictures, bitch, that holds not millions, but billions of data in reference to color, which gives you more things you can do with a raw picture as opposed to a JPEG picture that already has those colors baked into it. So if you were to do any sort of color correction, it's not going to work as good as it was on a raw file. So let's take a listen to what these homosexuals who are the leaders of the Republican Party, let's see what they do. Because if these gays are leading the Republican Party, girl, and they're the ones that thought it was a good idea to put anti-trans shit up on there and anti-LGBT shit up on the board, girl, oh Lord, this is kind of scary, because there are people with the Amir and Blaire spirit, girl, who have access to money and power and privilege. And y'all talking about Dominique Morgan, girl. Dominique Morgan can never be on the level as the Trump administration for all the motherfucking money they have embezzled and stole and did all type of shit, especially with Trump and his history, bitch. Girl.
Gay men in there, and they're also gay figuratively, like that's just gay, but also like grinders crashing down, burning away, bugging out. People are depraved up in there.
And then in the Democrat Party, it's a bunch of straight people speaking for gay people.
It's excessive.
Yeah.
Rights. Trump hosted a gay wedding at Mar-a-Lago within the last year.
Yep.
Yeah, because that homosexual man had money. He ain't getting no regular schmegular person from the motherfucking street who needed help, who want to get married but ain't got the resources, and the President Trump just happened to bless him. You know, the actual people who actually want the help and need the help. No, he hosted a gay wedding for a rich man, because as long as you got that color green, I don't give a fuck what your politics is, as long as it ain't messing up my politics, which is getting to the money. So if you want me to host your shit and you also want to invest in shit and have money, hell yeah. But I want to see Trump. If Trump was really inclusive of gay people like y'all claim that he is, he hosted a gay wedding, girl, then why is he not hosting gay mass weddings at Republican conventions? Why is he not being invited to Turning Point USA Pride events to officiate and to host and to love on gay conservative people? See, when you're dealing with capitalists, the most important thing to them is the money. And if you got enough of it, they'll be able to look away. They ain't gonna stop looking, girl. They're gonna keep cutting their eyes a little bit when you ain't looking to see what's going on. But they're willing to look away because the money is there until another opportunity that has more finances to receive comes about. So the fact that y'all sitting here saying he hosted a gay wedding, yeah, one gay wedding for a rich motherfucker, that does not mean that you care about the queer community. You just care about the queer people with coin, bitch. And if that's the motherfucking point, especially since this country is going under and there are plenty of people without money, without jobs, without resources, are you fucking kidding me?
His pick for Treasury Secretary is a gay man. I don't know what you guys are worried about. You don't actually believe that the government wants you dead because you're gay? Because if you did actually believe that, you wouldn't still be here.
Girl, keep living. The Handmaid's Tales is upon us, Miss Bitch. And yes, when you bring up all these damn Target stuff, just like with Pride, that's why I say, and even CTV said it, no shade. Queer people, we have spent so much of our lives trying to be affirmed by, just like black people in this country when it comes to whiteness. We spend a lot of our time trying to be affirmed by whiteness when they have proven to us at large they will never accept us for who we are. They don't even want us to self-actualize and become healthier versions of ourselves because the toxic, demonstrative version is more profitable. And again, this is a white man on the screen talking about his privilege, about how things ain't gonna happen to gay people. You a white gay man, so you got privilege, sir. And just like with Pride Month, queer people, if we're gonna be buying some queer accessories or shit, we need to be buying from other queer people who care about us, not just for a month, for a money grab. It's enough that some of these red pill, fat titty, male having ass niggas is gonna eat good in the neighborhood, girl, off of this month because of the ignorance, But queer people, we're going to also have more quality and value and worth in what it is that we give our energy to. Because if the Republican Party is being led by gays, I have to believe that the Republicans are kind of doing the shit like how the church does. The church wants you to come in as a gay man to use your gifts, talent, time, and also your money, your tithing. Come into the church, serve in the church, serve in the music ministry, serve in the deacon ministry, serve on different boards. But as far as your human, we want God to get to know you, but don't bring your partner in here unless your partner trying to get to know God. And both of y'all get to know God as far as y'all becoming brothers and not lovers. Because the love that y'all have for each other, according to organized religion, is a perverse love when it should be a brotherly love according to them. So if the gays are doing all the administrative work, all of the fight, all the boring shit, while the other motherfuckers who are going to be the face of this shit go out and do the fun shit, I mean, this is not a new script. These are old dinosaur, fossil fuel thinking ass bastards who are using the same fucking script, doing the same fucking song and dance, just in a different fucking time. Meanwhile, the oppressed groups of people have transitioned, no pun intended, has transformed, done radical shit. What is you talking about? Stonewall was a riot because the police kept fucking with them. Are you kidding me? The Republican Party keeps fucking with us. And I have a certain level of privilege as a gay man. I have more of a masculine presentation. I can go into a barbershop and motherfuckers not speculate about me unless they start asking questions. So I have a certain level of privilege, or passing privilege, if you will, that many gay men that are feminine or androgynous do not have. We almost done, y'all. And then I got a few more videos I'm going to show you.
It's excessive.
And then we're going to be done.
All these corporations want us dead, and like the fear mongering, that aspect, that does a lot of harm. And I feel for the people that fall brainwashed to this, because I did. It's on more of the BLM side. Like, I hated my life because I was black and gay in America. Like, I thought our journey was going to die. You could have told me 10,000 young black men are getting killed by the cops every single year. Little did I know, it's about 10. Right. More people die, get struck by lightning, than an unarmed man is shot by the cops. But because of the media, influencers, what was put out there, I fell victim to that mindset. And
it's not just you, bro. It's the fact that there are people who are black who are in your family, your brothers, your cousins, your nephews, your uncles, your dads, who could end up having their life taken because of that. I have locks in my hair. What the fuck are you talking about? There are plenty of videos of black people walking in white neighborhoods, walking through or delivering in white neighborhoods. And instead of them coming out saying, hey, now, howdy, how you doing? My name's so-and-so, nice to meet you. You new to the neighborhood? Or you're just passing through? Okay, that's cool. Just wanted to know everything okay? You good? Okay, have a good one. No, it's, what are you doing here? Who are you? Who are you? Do you live here? All this hyper fucking vigil. Like, what? No wonder they want to get rid of critical race theory. No wonder they want to go ahead and bury and rewrite history. Not realizing, dumbass, that history is being recorded in 2K, 4K, 8K, and whatever the fuck happens after this. Oh, I wish I had some weed. Oh, I wish I had some weed. If y'all want to bless the leprechaun with some weed, girl, if me being hot is turning you on, bitch, send me something in the Cash App, $, Conscious TV with a Z at the bottom of the screen, girl. Make sure you put it in there for Bubs, because if not, he gonna spend it. Or hit me up on PayPal, paypal.me/BubzDaGawd, baby, because this right here, girl, is, they say that weed make you lose brain cells, girl, but I'm losing more brain cells listening to this dumb shit. Girl, this is... Oh my God.
There's people like this, not like Evan, but people who like follow this guy who made this post about corporations want us dead for being, just because they took out the pride section. That's not true. And your words
corporations want to
matter.
make money. It's like the pride stuff isn't selling like it used to, which is a good sign.
Oh,
and
agreed.
Again, it's such an insult to people in countries where their government really does want them dead.
Hello.
There are...
But when we look at those countries, like for example, Uganda, that passed this anti-queer bill that any sort of promotion, any sort of video, and anything that's speaking positively about queer people can face jail time and some harsher penalties, especially for those that are considered repeated sexual offenders. As far as what they believe sexual offenders are with gay people is concerned, girl, is death. And that if you know somebody is gay and you don't tell the government about that, you also get in trouble. But since we're talking about how in other countries people are being killed and why the gays here feel some type of way, I don't know. Maybe because all those countries that is enforcing, especially like in Uganda, that is enforcing these laws, they're enforcing these laws because white Christian evangelists and seminaries and missionaries went to another fucking place, fucked up their culture, told them that their culture is godless, is lawless, and that we are the individuals here that are going to bring forth some sort of structure in your life where you have other African people killing other African people, girl, based off of a God that was not even a part of their original tribe or their original way of life. It came in. So basically we're seeing colonization happening, and colonization happened through the Bible. There's this saying where it says, when the colonizers pulled up on the shore, they had the Bible and we had the land. They taught us how to pray. Bow your head. When we got done with our prayers and we looked up, we had the Bible and they had the land. Oh, my Lord.
You know, Middle Eastern and African countries where, I believe it's in Kenya, there's a section in the newspaper in Kenya that have just like, I think it's Kenya, where there's pictures of local gay men.
Yeah.
Like most wanted, like the way they put like wanted criminals because it's a crime.
Yeah. And guess who created that crime? White evangelical Christians coming over there with their bullshit and indoctrinating the people with that. Because when you're talking about the shit in Kenya, I've already done lives about that. That motherfucking anti-gay, quote unquote, what they call kill the gays bill. I remember that shit being viral in 2011, 2012 when I had my other older YouTube channel. And I follow up with this. Shout out to Deshaun. Deshaun stays following this. He knows people over there. He sends me video evidence of people that is living over there that are queer, documenting the actual experience. And you know what a lot of those people said? They said for the Americans and those who are part of the global citizenry of the world, girl, globally, not just types of security of the world, Craig, not the city, but the world. Okay? With those individuals, he said, I appreciate y'all concern, but baby, y'all got to fix that shit at home because y'all shit is affecting us. We wouldn't be dealing with this shit if it wasn't for that Christian nationalism bringing its ass the fuck over here. So yes, even though we are the testing sites and the testing grounds for this shit, before they bring this shit the fuck back home, they want to test it in other places to see how it works, their power and control. And on top of that, I love how people say it can't happen to America. Bitch, don't you understand how America was built? It was built off the backs of slaves with their blood, sweat, and tears for hundreds of years, for centuries. Are you fucking kidding me? But y'all want to sit up here and throw that shit to the side as if though that shit don't mean nothing. I really just feel like at this point, if I had the power and the resources and I was connected to other people, I would just tell black people and queer people, just divest from America. Shout out to T for T. T for T lives in Africa now. Maybe it's time for us to get the fuck up out this bitch, girl, because obviously these hoes don't want us. And if you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and be up there. Don't do that. I think queer people at large should remove their gifts and talents from this. If you don't want to accept my humanity, you don't get to receive what comes along with my humanity. That means that for the religious gays, y'all gonna have to have some balls in the name of the Lord, girl, and get the fuck up and leave. I'm sorry, the Clark sisters, I love the Clark sisters. They're my favorite gospel group, especially Karen and Dorinda. I love them too. But I'm sorry, gays, if you doing they fashions, you doing they hair and they makeup and all that type of shit, girl, you a homosexual and they're saying some anti-queer shit sometimes, bitch, we're gonna do a live on your ass. If you a homosexual background singer, girl, because there's a bunch of homosexual background singers that go to GEI, girl. Bishop Drew Cheered Church, which low key, my ass want to go, girl, because I want to see the fine niggas there, girl. I ain't come here for the Lord, girl, because I know the Lord, girl. I came here for the niggas. Just like the rest of these bitches came for the niggas, girl. But if you're a gay motherfucker sitting back there and somebody saying some anti-queer shit and your ass standing up and we know you got a jack profile, bitch, and we know that your ass be at the clubs on Saturday, bitch, we calling you out. Baby, organized religion has fucked all of us up, and I know because I was a product of that. There are still some things in my life that I'm healing from in regards to organized religion. Are there people in organized religion that actually care for humanity? Yes, those are people that I call the true members of the body of Christ. But the rest of these fake, performative, I'm Christian in the light but a hole in the dark, bitch, ass people, baby. Girl. Yes, colonialism is why Africa is generally, yes, colonialism is why Africa in general is so homophobic and struggling to prosper. I sent you something for your prescription. Thank you. Oh, you did? Where? You sent it to, you sent it to PayPal? You sent something to CTV? Because if you send it to CTV, bitch, I need to text him and let him know. But shout out to you, IG, baby. Shout out to IG. He's my fellow brother in marijuana Christ, girl. Now, he got the real shit. I'm still learning. I'm still a novice. I do pre-rolls and roll my shit up. This nigga had a whole damn bong, bitch. I'm going to have to get a bong or something for my birthday. I'm going to do a birthday live and we going to blaze. Well, I live in Indiana, so it's technically illegal there. I can do a pre-roll, but it don't have to be outside because I don't really try to smoke in the house. But we're going to do something. But shout out to you and thank you so much. Thank you. Again, the Cash App is at the bottom of the screen and the PayPal is at the bottom of the screen. Bottom of the screen. If you want to contribute, and I think you should, girl. No shit, I'm giving y'all content, almost an hour's worth of shit, girl. Let's not forget Republican National Convention, those ground notifications going off. Baby, what would Jesus do? If he was talking to you, girl, and your jack was going off, girl, you just got up there preaching shit, girl, and your jack going off, bitch. And I'm going to say this last thing and I'm going to press play. I promise, we're going to be done. I remember when I was in organized religion and I was dating this girl at the time. Again, shout out to her. And I'm glad I told her the truth because now she is married and living her best life with a man that loves her the way that she should, because I'm going to love my man and my man going to love me. But at that time when I was closeted, girl, my sister was a part of their ministry group, the mime group. You know, in the ministry group, girl, everybody be doing their mime shit, girl. Something about the name she, you know what I'm saying? So I stood in for her one time and we went to this church where at the time, the person that was a pastor there, he has passed on. He became a youth pastor at my church, but I didn't know that this was a gay church that we were performing at. Now, when I walked in, I kind of had my collar up on my shirt or whatever. And one of the people that came with us was like, bro, you might want to put your collar down. I'm like, what you mean put your collar down? He said, no, your collar up. That's a sign that you. I said, oh. Then after the service, girl, when we got in the car, the people that I rode with, along with the girl that I was dating at the time, her mother was like, girl, this is a gay ass church. Y'all ain't hear that pastor tell that boy in the back, wipe this sweat off me, boy, as far as his man or whatever. Y'all got to make this make sense, and y'all not. Hey, come through PayPal. I'm at the check in a minute. Shout out to you. Hey. But let me continue with the video because I said I was going to shut up after that, and I want to do that.
It's like Grindr, but catch and kill.
What's that?
It's like I'm imagining like an app like Grindr, but then like all the Facebook people are gay and like you have to go get them. Like they're wanted.
It's like that. It's like you are hunted and you are at risk of your government not just oppressing you, not just not giving you what you want, which is things like gay rights or certain like privileges, but wanting you in prison and or dead.
The other shit that pisses me off the most, because it's like, I know, well, they're always talking about, oh, well, our ancestors and the gay rights, this and that, we're fine. We're literally fine. And even like on the black aspect, we're fine. There's so many people so loud talking about black rights, gay rights. Shut the hell up. Like, we're good. Like, we're good.
If anything, we're more at risk of those things.
Thank you,
sliding
IG. And first of all, black people are fine. Bitch,
because of how annoying it's gotten, how truly deeply obnoxious and annoying. Like, when I hear this stuff, I sometimes
that part
like
hit, man.
go have like an out of body where I forget I'm even trans, or I forget I'm even part of, like, if I am a part of an LGBT community, where I'm like just a normal person looking at it, and I'm like, damn, if I was like a normal straight, like not trans person, maybe I would have a little bit of hatred. Maybe I would be a little bit like, can y'all just shut up?
Yes. Like, I get it. I'm like, okay. If we're just being super real, like, oh, I can kind of see why some people are starting to be more homophobic now. It's not even, they're not even homophobic in the aspect of like not liking the fact that this man fucks a man, but they're most so not liking the gay community, the homophobic, because of how you're acting.
Yeah, it's like a self.
And the way you're acting is putting in their minds, or putting the idea or the picture in their mind of the fucking. What are you talking about? Everything that y'all speaking about in reference to queer people as far as the issue of the problem is what people have already sexualized on their own, and then push that sexualization onto queer people. And it's creating more homophobia. So when you say it's creating more homophobia, you're low-key acknowledging that homophobia was already here and that this is adding more to it. So how is homophobia helping the queer community? And if the queer community is cool, what's the fucking problem? Why are we even having this video? Because you cool. I'm cool, and you're cool, and we're cool. So what's the problem? Oh, it's because dominant society is not going to do their work. Dominant society is not going to try to rectify the situation. Dominant society is not going to study to show themselves approved, even though they read from a book that tells them to fucking do that. Not just in the book, but outside the book. You're expecting these people to make a difference out of you when they already are ignorant and low vibrational and shallow in your thinking anyway. I've literally have had conversations with plenty of people, girl, who are on the other fucking side, girl, and they say the same shit. The reason why we're not fucking with the gays is because y'all can't reproduce. Y'all trying to pervert the kids. Y'all trying to be predators towards the kids. Y'all passing HIV and AIDS to women, fucking up our community. All these different things that are being said, and you're literally getting up here and stating their talking points. And the reason why they're going to feel like it's valid is because we have a black homosexual and a white transsexual person up here speaking our talking points, so therefore it must be valid. And to those people that think that way, that are using them as talking points, I'm gonna need insurmountable amount of motherfucking proof. And y'all don't even read the study to show ourselves approved, so I know you're not gonna be giving no goddamn proof on today.
A fulfilling prophecy. It's like, you know, their worldviews depend on being hated. Like, their entire ideology is based on this hierarchical, like, gay people here, trans people here, black people here, Asian people here. So for their ideology to make sense in their head, they have to feel hunted. They have to feel. So it's this thing that
it's so real.
In other words, I mean, you know,
girl, I hope y'all have me on the platform, girl, and these people are looking to be villainized. Queer people at large are looking to be villainized, looking to be hated. For the homosexuals in the comment section today, what do y'all say to that? Before we go forward, what do y'all say to that? Huh? Are y'all looking? Are y'all looking? Are y'all looking to be harmed? Are y'all looking to be victim? Are y'all out there just out there looking outside in the daytime with a flashlight trying to find it? Are y'all looking for it? Amir, no, we ain't fine yet. Trans people are in the trenches right now. Not Amir saying he understands why people be homophobic. Child, we cannot create a behavior in someone else. It was there. If all of us are free, I guess until all of us are free, none of us are free. My God, today, I'm at a loss for words. They are clearly projecting. We want to be left alone. This shit is exhausting. That's why BubzDaGawd here. That's why I'm giving this smoke, because it's like, girl, y'all are the ones really starting this shit, Miss Mamas. And it's Pride Month. Oh yeah, we may be back tonight. Cause if I can go ahead and secure this motherfucking herb at this dispensary, girl. Oh, we will be back. We will definitely be back, baby. And I'm gonna be blazing up on that bitch. And I might drop the motherfucking link. Because again, this is not a hate watch party. Just like y'all holding motherfuckers accountable, we doing the same thing for y'all, Miss Mamas. We're holding y'all accountable for y'all shit. Y'all want to be harbingers of truth. Y'all want to be the ones that claim to be on the right side of history, Miss Mama. And you say you want to represent the community and hold the community accountable. We gonna need to vet your ass too. Just like we should have vetted Dominique Morgan's ass. That's our fault. That's an L on us. But with this shit, oh baby, so I better see you tonight. We gonna see.
It's like black magic. It's like you speak something.
Let me see what I can get right now. Hold on.
To come true. So you're like constantly telling, the universe and God, like, everyone hates me, and you make it come true.
You make it come true. Your words and your thoughts matter more than you know. Truly, they matter so much. When you're constantly putting out negative material out there, when you're constantly having negative self-thoughts, and you think the world's out to get you, not even think, you believe the world's out to get you, the world will get you.
Girl, and this is not anger, this is passion, bitch. You don't want to see me when I'm angry, because when I'm angry, it's more visceral. If you think this is anger, you're sadly mistaken. To a point, I will give you that, Amir. What you think and what you feel about yourself becomes a manifestation in your own life. Let's go with that analogy. If a child, since that is the main thing that we're talking about in reference to this whole queer shit. Let me see if I can make it more personal. Amir, when you were a child and you had all this homophobic shit happen to you, did you have family members and friends in your life before you were outed, or before you decided to attempt to take your life? Did you have people around you who loved you and affirmed you and was able to speak life into you? Or because you didn't have any healthy representation of queerness around you, the only thing that you had around you was your family members and friends who, again, your mother told you at a young age, girl, that every man has a bubble of AIDS in his asshole, and if somebody sticks something up there, that is going to pop, and whoever has done the popping is going to also contract the AIDS. So you're being told that at a young age. And then to deal with your emotions, unfortunately, you started mutilating yourself as far as cutting yourself. And when that didn't bring any sort of satisfaction or long-lasting relief, instead of just temporary relief, you decided to go out and, in your words, play Frogger in 8-lane traffic, hoping that the Mack truck will get your ass. It took you having to go to another school in another city, I don't know where, but another school. And then you have the opportunity to recreate yourself. And that's when the flamboyant, hey girl, I'm gay, bitch. What's going on, bitch? All this stuff started walking out. So if it wasn't for queer people and you watching shit as you got older, or like when the whole queer LGBT thing started gaining movement and traction, when I think in the early to mid 2000s, when that one white boy killed himself and the It Gets Better movement started, you were able to live because you saw better. So you had to get to a point in your thinking for you to still be here. And Amir, not everybody has that awareness, which is why the activism is very fucking important. And I get it. You're doing activism for those that feel like you. And I'm willing to have a conversation with y'all. Now, however the conversation go, I'm cool with that. Because I got a wraparound ass, bitch, when it come down to this awareness on certain things. So, and I've also had conversations with other conservative people of color as well. Shout out to Ryan Vugata, who was on his grifting shit and then switched it up. He's still conservative in certain aspects, and no shade. Some of the same values that he holds with conservative things, I kind of hold as well. For example, I'm sorry. I got to get to know you before I fuck you. I don't give a fuck how fine you are. I don't give a fuck how fine your ass is. I don't give a fuck how slim thick you are. I don't give a damn how the fuck your lower lumbar back and the motherfucking gluteus maximus muscle is protruding, girl, but you got some fat underneath it, bitch, and that ass is cuppable, bitch, and it look like it got some weight on it. I don't give a damn about how that looks. Maybe because I am a man, just like all other men in this society, we have been hypersexualized to where we look at everything in a sexual manner, girl. I can still have that thought in my mind about it, but I have control, or what is known as dick discipline, to where I'm not just gonna stick my dick in anybody just because they fine. I got to know who you are as a person. I got to know about your mind and your emotions. And especially after my ego death in 2018, right now, especially where I am, oh baby, there are certain things that have to be there in order for me to get on with you. I can do it in my head, but as far as me acting on it, no. So with this LGBT awareness, and you have people sharing things and information with younger people, the queer community is actually doing what the fuck it needs to do, because the purpose of the next generation is for the next generation to not have to go through the same shit you went through. Hello, don't you think it's exhausting as a black man who is 35 can have a conversation with my father in his 60s and my grandfather who's in his 90s, and we have the same fucking talking points to this goddamn day? Are you kidding me? And Amir thinks he's changing the narrative to make it better for the next generation? We got King Deshaun in the building. What's going on, Deshaun? And now he is understanding now whatever that's going on in the dating scene is why gay people are uncomfortable. Dating is because of straight people saying that it's a sin, and they keep harassing. They keep harassing them, talking about gay is a sin. You're going to go to hell. You saw the black woman on Instagram following the white gay guy around. You saw a gay couple with their baby. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. One of the gay guys struck him for saying, oh, I saw that one. Yeah. When the white guy was talking to him and was saying that gay people are more pedophiles and shit like that. And rightfully so, bitch. The fuck you talking about, ho? You know you speaking some serious allegations against me, bitch, because I'm gay, bitch. Now, I wouldn't have hit him. Only time I'm hitting the bitch is when the bitch swing at me. Because once you swing at me, it's self-defense. And I'm blacking the fuck out. I'd rather be judged by a jury of 12 than carried out by 6, bitch. You will be carried out by 6. But trust me, I'm going to read and roast and cuss your ass the fuck out. I'm going to use my words. So yeah, I'm just throwing it out there, Bubs. You can scroll up to see what I said. And I saw what you said. Rightfully so, Deshaun. They always associate us with that BS when the real people who are doing it are in the government right now. One of them is 34-time convicted felon with cankles. Girl, maybe we need to move to Africa, girl. Maybe we need to be roommates with T for T, girl. You got an extra room, bitch. I heard you got a house being built, girl. Can we come stay in one of the rooms?
Like if you get sick, like whenever I get a cold or something, I just tell myself, it's probably like unhealthy, but it works for me. I tell myself, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather.
Me too.
I take my medicine and I go completely as normal. I get a little bit more sleep, but I just act like nothing's changed. And I'm over it in like a day or two.
Right.
But if, oh, I'm sick, oh, I'm in the bed, I need to DoorDash this, make my tea, I need my medicine, you can be out for a week.
And that's science too. That's like the placebo effect.
Yes.
Like you can literally, you know, if you're told that this sugar pill is something that's going to cure you, you know, science doesn't completely understand it. And that's how it's like, in my opinion, more of a metaphysical, spiritual thing.
Yes.
You tell your body what to do, it's going to do that. So it's also like, I was watching this documentary the other day. I forget what it's called, but it was talking about how kind of like primitive and like unhealthy the English language is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how like when we say like, oh, I'm depressed or I'm sad or I'm happy, I'm excited. Other languages, especially more like ancient languages, they didn't say it like that. They would say, I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling sad. And when you tell yourself, you're like embodying, you're identifying as sad rather than like, you know what, I'm feeling sadness. And that gives you power over it because that reminds yourself that it's fleeting and it's going to pass and it's temporary. So it's kind of like if you're telling yourself like, I'm oppressed, I'm at the whim of all these other people. It's like, how about telling yourself the world is your oyster and you can do whatever you want?
Thank you.
What is another guy? Oh, Lord. Y'all gonna have me working for Pride Month, bitch, and that's okay, because I'm here to serve the community, girl. No shade, but wow, it's some more motherfuckers.
But no, to that point, that's how I end every single one of my YouTube videos. I talk about self-help, and I'm like, hey, you have to remember it's called going through it for a reason. You're not stuck there. You will survive. It's a season of your life that will pass. I don't know what the hell is going on in anybody's life that's listening to this video right now. Friend drama, family drama, religion stuff, work, health, anything. It will pass. But you have to have faith in that it will pass. You have to have the positive mindset that you will get through this. But if you're in this rut, say, I am in a rut, I am depressed, I am this, I am that, that's not helping your case. You need to have a more positive mindset. And I'm black as hell. You probably can't even see a little smudge. I'm like, girl, what?
You're not black as hell, bitch. I don't like that. I don't like the way he look, girl, because I ain't like how he look, girl. And I know y'all be saying that Amir is ugly or not attractive. And I can understand, girl, like, to me, physically, he's attractive. As far as his thinking and the way that he be doing shit, he be like, girl, I completely turned off, bitch. No shade. Now, I may look from afar, girl, but I ain't gonna do nothing. But, Amir, your black skin is beautiful, pimping the fuck. Oh, I'm black as hell. No, you... Girl.
This one specifically is 0000. It's the end of a stopwatch because you never know when you're gonna die. And
correct.
I don't know when I'm gonna die. I gave that power back to God. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna take my life. I'm gonna live the life of my dreams and strive to that. And I will pass whenever I pass. But I don't
know what's going on. What you mean?
Gonna do it myself. And so every day,
I love that.
I'm striving to be the best version of myself I can be because I don't know when time is up. And if more people out there put their best foot forward to be a good human, to spread good vibes, to just be real and honest, have real conversations like this, I feel like things would be better.
100%. I love that. I also like have had a similar thing in my life where I'm like, you know what? I've been through so much. I've been through stuff I've never talked about on camera before, stuff I'm still trying to understand. And I've realized that through all that, like, God's always had my back. I've always survived it. And so that tells me right now, if that didn't take me out, then who am I to sit here and have fear about what may or may not happen? Because I've already been through a lot of stuff. God showed me I'm a survivor. And so if anything, I'm saying I'm a survivor, not I'm a victim. And that's like the biggest, I think, thing. Because you never want to, why would you want to embody that? Why would you want to embody being at the whim of the world or anybody else?
Exactly. If you could go back to your darkest moment, what would you say to yourself now looking back? And not in the aspect of what would you change, but what would you tell yourself to keep going through it, to give yourself that motivation to not give up on anything?
I would say this is going to eventually make sense and you're going to be able to use it. You're going to be able to transmute this moment and this energy and this pain, no matter how bad it is, into something that not only helps other people, but elevates you. And it doesn't make sense right now why it's happening, but it's going to, and you're going to be fine.
That is so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. Very accurate. Because I mean, I would tell myself more along the same lines. Like, yeah, like it will all make sense in the future. Your time's not up. Like, you will be okay. Life will be better for you. And for both of us, we're using that to our advantage and helping millions of people out there. It's the biggest blessing in the world to have a platform that we do, to say the things that we say, to stay in our lanes, mind our business, get to wake up, go to our room, hit record, reach the people that we reach, and change the lives that we change. Not even from a gloating aspect that's disgusting, but just like we hear you, we see you, we understand you, we're so thankful for your support. And I'm blown away just with the amount of support that we get and the change that we do actually have on the world for the better.
Yeah, I mean, it's changed my life doing what I do. I never expected this kind of life, but what I've kind of realized is that that's kind of the contract I have with God, that like God is going to make sure I get through everything I have to get through, because who knows who needs to hear something on the other side of the screen that like, if I didn't survive it, they wouldn't hear it. Like, who knows how many people needed to hear the story you just told about, you know, your suicidal ideations, and maybe they're currently going through that. Like, even all the things I've been through, I personally never experienced that. And like, if I were to even just hear you talking about going through that, if I was just a regular fan of yours and really like looked up to you like that, I do look up to you in a lot of ways, but
likewise,
you know, that would probably be like life-changing. Even if I didn't click on the video for that, you know, there's a reason why you talked about that today, and someone's going to hear that and maybe make a different choice.
Even you in religion and bringing up God and going to church more. I love that you're doing that, and that you're probably going to inspire and have inspired already tons of people to do that.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, even me, like I still haven't gone yet. Been looking into it more.
We can chat about it. I would love to
we'll go together.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's definitely text about it, because I would love to just like tell you a few things, pick your brain, all that.
Love that. Well, guys, thank you so much for your time watching this video. I hope that it's been helpful, that's been resourceful. Be sure to subscribe to Blaire White on everything. Everything will be linked below.
And all my subscribers watching, please subscribe to Amir on
Thank
everything.
you so much. I'm just very thankful for your time.
Yeah.
Everybody's time here in the studio that y'all can't see. Thank y'all as well. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next video. Deuces.
All right, y'all, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm doing something. Oh, come on, bitch, girl. How much shit? Make sure y'all hit that like button. Shout out to y'all still being in the building. Let's see. What's this number? Oh, shit. I'm fucking with the wrong thing. Oh, it's already here. Never mind. Shit. Hey, come through. Come through. Hold on 1 second. I'm doing something real quick, because I may come back later on tonight, girl. I'm trying to see if I can get this herb shit together. Amen. Okay, we're not done. We have some more shit, y'all. I have some more clips, because I wanted Amir and them to I wanted y'all to hear Amir and Blaire a little bit more, you know, in this live than the last one, because we had other shit going on that night. But I kind of want to share some more things with y'all, if that's okay with y'all. Okay? Hold on. Girl, I need to focus on this. Give me 1 second. And make sure this working. So we good. Here we go. Okay. So, before we go forward, I kind of want to speak about some more shit real quick. No shade. Before I do, let me look at y'all comments real quick. Baby, it's a whole bunch of motherfuckers here. Girl, I didn't know. Damn. We got J Inclusive in the building, baby. Now, why'd I come in right down? Oh, girl. I'll hit the panel. I just clean my bond, too. Oh, I got to make sure I get my shit on, girl. No shade. I'm going to have to re-up on this shit. All the problem in this planet we got going on. This is what they punching. This is what they punching on, bitch. Bye. I cannot stand a sellout. Cause what kind of content do you put out, Amir? It's not very loving. I'll tell you that right now. You stir the pot for a bit of cash. No wonder why you know about negativity and the power of words. Let me see. It's not us. I thought I saw was conscious. Here we go. I was wondering. This is a warped twist of metaphysics. Metaphysics do not reverse systemic issues. That's why prayer and alliance to Jesus hasn't changed any of these racist, homophobic systems. You cannot imagine. Baby, if you want to go to a place where you know you can recharge your soul, and in the midst of brokenness, he gonna see you as whole, WHOLE, or he gonna see you as whole, ASS. HOLE, girl, baby, that's Conscious TV. So shout out to Conscious TV for that one. Yes, the beautiful Kang, girl, wasn't helpful at all. Can't stand either of these people. Finally, the vid is over, Lord, but we not done. We is not done. Bubs, you already know who I'm going to bring up and what she would do with people like him who are a detriment to us in the Black collective. Shout out to Harriet Tubman. We got Pride Month again. Okay, enter the all-forgiving Sky Daddy. Yes, Lord. Okay, I could be a damn mess a little bit, girl. I ain't got my weed. I'm about to get me some later on. We might be back, girl, because we might have to react to Amir's latest video about how LGBT activists are fucking up the community. And that's very interesting. Because on CTV's platform, in reference to Dominique Morgan, shout out to Making Our Lives Easier, who came up and said that there is this trans activist to actress pipeline going on, and we see, unfortunately, the situation where we don't see everything, but we kind of see shit going on with Dominique Morgan and shit. It's kind of like, I wonder how that video is going to go, but seeing what we've seen today with Amir Odom and Blaire White, I don't think that we're going to be getting anything else with that. But let me read some more shit, because there is more shit in the description box, y'all. I want y'all to really get into that. Now, we're going to read a news article real quick from WJBF.com, and it reads, Florida man, let me see if I can put the picture up, girl, because I want y'all to see. Let me move myself out the way. Let me decrease me and increase this shit. Give me 1 second. We can talk about this individual here. Okay. Florida man charged with hate crime after allegedly beating a 5-year-old boy for being gay. If you want to read along with me, you definitely can, because the link is in the description box below. I need for you to open this up, bitch. Okay. Again, this is from WJBF.com, and it reads, Florida man arrested for trying to beat the gay out of a 5-year-old boy. Polk County Sheriff's Office. This was by Rachel Tucker, and this was updated May 7th of 2026. Okay. Davenport, Florida. A Davenport man was charged with a hate crime after he was accused of beating a 5-year-old boy for being gay. Put this comment on the screen, maybe, because thank you, Amir. You said that we was fine. The Polk County Sheriff's Office said Andre Brown Jr., the man on the screen, 33, wow, 2 years younger than me, was watching 3 children on Sunday when the 9-year-old girl texted her mother to report that he was abusing them. Quote, I'm scared. He's whooping him so hard. I'm scared, end quote, the girl said in a text message to her mother, according to the PCSO news release. The children told detectives that Brown was angry at the 5-year-old boy for, quote, being gay, and slammed him on the ground. PCSO said Brown struck all 3 children with the belt, leaving them with visible marks. He was on his Joe Jackson shit, damn. According to the release, the 5-year-old had bruises on his arms, back, and stomach, a contusion on his forehead, and a broken wrist. Quote, Brown told detectives that he decided to whoop the victim because the victim was gay. He advised he would beat the gay out of him if possible, but since it wasn't possible, he would beat him more, the news release said. Brown was accused of resisting deputies and yelling slurs as they tried to take him into custody. He was charged with aggravated child abuse and resisting arrest. Quote, "This was a brutal and hateful attack on a defenseless child. There is absolutely no excuse for it. We will make sure justice is served and these children get the safety and support they deserve," Sheriff Grady Judd said in a news release. PCSO said his extensive criminal history includes charges of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, burglary, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, theft of utilities, kidnapping with intent to commit a felony, home invasion robbery with a firearm, aggravated battery second offense, aggravated battery on a pregnant person, driving under the influence, possession of a weapon on school property, felony battery, domestic battery strangulation, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, burglary of a dwelling, criminal mischief, VOP, battery caused bodily harm, dating violence, conditional release violation pre-trial, battery touch strike, marijuana possession, less than 20 grams. I'm about to give me a 3.5 soon, girl. Battery on law enforcement 4 times, resisting an officer with violence, shoplifting, and petty theft. Goddamn. So, when I hear this stuff and it said allegedly, I like to make sure that when I get up on these platforms, I am speaking with as much information and objectivity as possible. If I don't feel confident in what I'm saying, I'm going to say ignorantly speaking. So what I did is I ended up asking AI. Again, because AI don't give no fucks. AI is not a human being. It's just going to tell the motherfucking truth, bitch. Okay? Did I even screenshot this shit? Yes, I did, girl. Is this it? Where is it? Yes. So I asked AI, I said, AI, is this shit true? Is this shit real? Can you verify these facts for me? And AI stated, yes. The details of this case are verified. According to official reports from the Polk County, I can't see it because I have this thing here that says live, kind of blocking that word. Let me see if I can check it on my phone. Hold on 1 second. Girl, 1 second. Or what I could just simply do is just pull it up. Just pull it up on your computer, nigga. What the fuck? Hold on. We're going to pictures. We're going to screenshots, girl. Screenshot your man. It reads, yes, the details of this case are verified. According to the official reports from the Polk County Sheriff's Office in Florida, a 33-year-old man named Andre Brown Jr. was arrested and charged with aggravated child abuse and resisting arrest, with the charges enhanced as a hate crime. The verified details of the incident include the incident. While babysitting, Brown allegedly slammed the 5-year-old boy to the ground and struck all 3 children in his care with a belt. The motive. Investigators state that Brown targeted the 5-year-old because he believed the child was gay, reportedly telling deputies he intended to beat the gay out of him. The discovery. The abuse was uncovered after a 9-year-old girl in the home texted her mother for help, stating she was scared, and the injuries. The 5-year-old victim sustained severe bruising, a contusion on his forehead, and a fractured wrist. Okay, and we already read the more detailed case details from WJBF, which again, if you want to read for yourself, you can definitely read by clicking the link down below. But we're not done. We are, in fact, not done. Hold on 1 second. There is more. I'm giving y'all content on today. Happy Pride, bitch. Okay, and I'm a top, and I take my time, baby. I don't like that fast-paced shit, girl. Ain't no quickies over here, girl. We take it nice and slow, steady as we go. Okay. Now, I asked it again. I said, so he beat this boy because he was gay? Again, I'm asking questions. Again, Amir say, you got to ask questions. You got to ask questions to make sure you understand. Okay, and I did just that. This screenshot here from AI says, yes, according to law enforcement, that was his explicit, stated motive. When deputies questioned the suspect, Andre Brown Jr., he openly admitted that he beat the 5-year-old boy because he believed that the child was gay. Officials report from the Polk County Sheriff's Office again detailed the following specifics regarding his motive. The admission. Brown directly told investigators that he decided to attack the child because of his perceived. Bitch, let me come back on screen. You have children. getting their asses beat at 5 years old. Remember that analogy that Amir said about, oh, well, if I saw a child getting their ass beat in the house, yeah, this child was getting his ass beat in the house. And it was based on not the fact that he was gay, but the perception of him being gay was enough for him to get his motherfucking ass beat to where he had all these injuries, a contusion on his forehead, marks on his body, and a broken wrist. Let's continue further with the reading, shall we? I wanted to come on screen and say that real quick because that kind of just got me a little bit. Okay? The rationale, okay? According to the official news release, Brown told deputies he wanted to, quote, beat the gay out of him if possible. Then we have escalated violence. He further stated to law enforcement that since it wasn't possible, he would beat him more. Then we have the witness testimony. The other children in the home corroborated this to detectives, stating that Brown had become furiously angry at the 5-year-old for being gay before slamming him to the motherfucking ground. Then lastly, as far as this part of the situation is concerned, let me remove this. Let me add this up because I had to have space and I didn't have enough space. Lastly, this reads, because Brown explicitly confirmed that the attack was driven by his hatred and perception of the child's sexual orientation, the state attorney elevated his aggravated child abuse charge to a hate crime enhancement. Under Florida law, this enhancement turns the offense into a life felony, carrying a maximum penalty of life in prison. Detailed coverage of these admissions can be found via Fox 13 News and Tampa Bay Times, which y'all can go ahead and read for yourselves if y'all want to read more about that. So again, Amir, as the comment read on the screen, where is it at? Where is it at? But Amir, I'm over here sound like motherfucking, I already stuttered, girl, but I'm over here sound like Porky Pig, bitch. Yep, gun. But Amir, you said that we were fine. You said the homosexuals are fine. You said the gay people are fine. You said that we are cool. I'm cool, and you're cool, and we're cool. We cool. Let's listen to more or see more about how motherfuckers are cool. No shit, I'm not done. I'm not done. We can get a mirror ass out the motherfucking way. But I'm not done. Let me see what else I got here. Go to my downloads here. Now, maybe I should just load all these up. Let me load all these up real quick. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Okay? It's 16 of y'all in the building. Make sure y'all hit it. Give me 1 second. Loading all this shit up because I ain't have room, but now I got room, baby. And I'm about to hurry up, girl, because the dispensary is closed at 9, bitch. So I gotta hurry up. It's already 7 o'clock. Damn. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So, again, as Pride comes about, we're gonna hear people say dumb shit like, "Oh my God, we have LGBT, they have gay Pride. Then why don't they have a straight Pride? Or why they don't have a veterans Pride?" And this was in reference to veteran Pride. So let's take a look at this real quick.
Why? Since when was June gay month? Yeah. Why do veterans get 1 day out of the fucking year, but a guy that smuggles meat for a living is getting a whole 30 days?
I don't speak bigot, so I'm not sure if I can explain this really well to Duke and his crew here, but the month of November is Veterans Month. Like a simple Google search would have told you that.
To me, is like you shoving it in my face, and I can't stand that kind of shit.
Buddy, it is May. It's not even halfway through May yet, and you're already thinking about it. I don't think anyone's having to shove it on you.
You want to do your shit, you want to be trans, you want to be a fat fuck, just do that and stay over there.
I am afraid that you just missed the irony of that statement, Duke. Your entire shtick, your whole platform is built on seeking those people out and then making fun of them. Every single day, that is what you are doing. Which means if there is anybody to blame for that stuff to be in your face and present, it's you, dog. I am gonna have to agree with you on this one thing, Dick. Part of this generation does fucking suck. It's just not the people trying to celebrate Pride Month. It is the nincompoops out there who are seeking to belittle and dehumanize anybody and everybody that does not fit their microscopic worldview. This generation sucks because of people like you.
So again, like you said, the Google search is there, girl. And these are people who want to be powerful. And these are people who want to be in positions of power. But we're not done. Again, we're going to talk about the children because we have conservative pastors. Blaire, maybe you can speak to this a little bit more. Who has a problem with Miss Rachel, a very popular, I guess, a TV show or personality amongst kids, and the fact that Miss Rachel is being inclusive. So let's take a listen to that, shall we?
This YouTube star, huge influencer. I looked like 2 billion views on one of our YouTube videos, almost 20 million subscribers. She was a former teacher and now she makes educational content for toddlers and preschoolers. She goes by the name Miss Rachel. Some of y'all are letting your kids watch this. Stop. Stop it. Miss Rachel, she just put out a post recently. This is what she said. She said, I am a Christian. Let's just stop there. I am a Christian. If you start in your life with that phrase, I am a Christian, you are saying, I am right now standing in proxy to represent Christ. That's what you're saying. I'm a Christian who supports, celebrates, and loves LGBTQ plus folks. You are safe and cherished with me. This is a woman that you are allowing to indoctrinate your children. And I know for a fact in this church that there are moms that maybe you're not aware of this, but you let your kids watch. It stops today. We can't stand with this. As a unified church, this is something we stand on. If you go to this church, this is where we draw a line. We stand here that we will not agree with this and we will not allow this to be a part of this church. That's how it works here. Listen to me, parents with young kids. Do you not think that the devil is smart enough? Do you think he's just raising up presidents in China and raising up LGBTQ like mega activists?
Keep that in mind, Deshaun.
I wonder if he's going to use someone that might even claim to be a Christian, but is doing children's content to indoctrinate your children in the ways of demons. So do you comment? I did. I'll show you what I said. At Miss Rachel, if a practicing Muslim, I tagged this other guy because I have another comment where a Muslim quote went on here and said, basically, I'm a practicing Muslim. What are you doing? This is not protecting or keeping our children safe. I said, if a practicing Muslim can understand this, why can't you as a so-called Christian understand this? It hurts to see that you add the word Christian to your post. If you want to say that you support, celebrate, and love LGBTQ plus folks, then that's your prerogative. But when you add Christian, you're speaking on behalf of Christ, and he's not down with this. I love LGBTQ plus people because I love all people, but as Christians, we draw the line at supporting and celebrating their sinful lifestyle. I cannot do that because Jesus did not do that, nor will you find any writings in the Bible that do that. You have this is key. You have a lot of influence. Therefore, God will judge you greater for your platform. I'm praying that you repent and retract your statement so you can be right with God. And I will add this, for the coming on the day of his return. Oh, I sign off. Mad love.
What's going on, Aries? Hey. I'll be calling you soon. Well, with that being said, because again, this individual is stating that, again, we saw what Miss Rachel said. Miss Rachel was actually in her Christ shit. Because again, Christ walked with these people. Well, he transformed them. Yeah, he transformed them with love. A lot of you motherfuckers ain't got that. Y'all got ego, though. Which is why, again, y'all keep saying that Jesus is the only one that can do it. But according to the narrative, Jesus said that you will go forth and do far greater works than me. So who really is the one that really don't believe? Miss Rachel did. But then this pastor came up here and said, we draw the line here at this church. Don't you dare say that you're a Christian and you love, as I say on the screen here. Where was that comment at? How dare you love queer people in the name of Jesus? If you love them, you will be teaching them how the errors of their ways. Let's take a look at the error of the ways, shall we? Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and pull this one up because I should have had this pulled up. Where are we at? Going to my computer. There was a post from it's uploading from JenJoHassen on IG. Again, I'm not talking about IG in the comments. Shout out to you, nigga, for the herb money. Thank you. And again, if y'all want to contribute to BubzDaGawd, girl, if you want Bubs to go from a 3.5, bitch, to a motherfucking half ounce, you can definitely hit that Cash App in the bottom of the screen, girl. Conscious TV, girl. Just make sure you leave in the message that is for me, because if not, this bitch will wear it and use it or do something with it. Or you can hit me on PayPal, which is paypal.me/BubzDaGawd, girl. Either way works. But let's take a look at something real quick. This is from, again, it's in the link down below from, girl, I forgot the name of it already. Let me look at the thing here. Where's it at? Girl, I put it down here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. JenJoHassen. Okay? Let's take a look at what it reads here. It says, did you know? Let me make this bigger, girl. Did you know that the word homosexual didn't appear in any Bible until 1946? I wonder if that pastor knew that. And none of the 6 verses, often weaponized against queer people, actually refer to sexual orientation or gender identity as we understand them today. Because again, y'all not using no books from the motherfucking 1960s to be able to talk about shit in the world today, right? You can use it as learning from history, maybe to become better from that. Okay? But let's look at the 6 most misused passages, and one surprisingly affirming one, through the lens of original language and context. Genesis 19, Sodom and Gomorrah, girl. As much as motherfuckers want to make it about gay shit and the demon and the men fucking the male angel, so that's gay, girl. Sodom and Gomorrah is not about consensual same-sex love. I believe in consent. I don't just take shit. Bitch, you got to offer it to me to be able to receive it. The story of Sodom and Gomorrah is about violence, power, and inhospitality, not orientation. You would know that if you actually read the fucking book. Leviticus 18:22 and 20:13. Do not lie with a man as with a woman. This comes from ancient purity codes meant to set Israel apart. These same chapters also forbid shellfish, which a lot of these fat fupa ass niggas love inhaling, girl. Mixed fabrics, which for some of these big back ass fupa having ass niggas, girl, one fabric is not enough, girl. They need 2. They need poly and that ester to come through and make that shit work, girl. And sex during menstruation. Rules most Christians don't follow today. There are people out right now that got their red wings on some nasty ass shit for real, girl. Okay? The Hebrew is closer to, which is, a man shall not lay with mankind as with a wife. It moves from general to specific, not a blanket statement on identity. No mentions of love, consent, or orientation. Romans 1:26-27. Paul was addressing excess, lust, and idol worship, not loving relationships. He's talking about people exchanging what was natural to them, likely referencing temple sex and pedestry, not orientation as we understand it today. Then we have 1 Corinthians 6:9 and 1 Timothy 1:10. These passages are different Greek terms, use different Greek terms, often translated imprecisely. 1 Corinthians 6:9 include malakoi, soft, morally weak, or socially vulnerable, and arsenikoi, I think that's what it's called. Yes, a rare compound word. 1 Timothy 1:10 includes only artistic, that word, girl. These words do not map clearly into modern concepts of sexual orientation. Many scholars understand them as referring to abuse, exploitation, and misuse of power, rather than consensual, loving, mutual relationships. Notably, the word homosexual did not appear in English Bibles until 1946. Okay, the mistranslation that shifted culture documents correspondence where translators acknowledged this mistranslation. This matters. Language shapes belief. So, what about Jesus? Because we heard the pastor say, or as the person who put it in their Instagram reel as far as the title, talking about this twonk having a problem with queer people and what Miss Rachel said. Jesus in the book never said a word about homosexuality. He did though, say a lot about love, compassion, and not judging others. In fact, there's one verse that just might be affirming. Matthew 19:12, born this way. And shout out to CTV, because CTV would use this as well. For there are eunuchs, which is why I call myself one girl, who were born that way from their mother's womb. It also says those that became that way in service to God. And I forgot the third one. But he also said, let those who are able to receive that, allow them to receive it. So in Jesus's time, natural eunuchs were often gender non-conforming and excluded from religious life. They didn't fit into expected male-female roles or rules, and were often seen as other. But in this passage, Jesus lifts them up with dignity. He acknowledges their existence without shame. He saw beyond the binary. So this person says that they don't practice religion and never have. They are just a northerner and an ally who has spent the past decade in the same city as Liberty University and have witnessed the real, raw harm of these beliefs, which include unaliving or ideations of unaliving themselves. So if y'all want to go ahead and follow them on Instagram, you definitely can by clicking the link down below. But we're not done. We're not done. Deshaun brought up a comment in reference to Sunkee Angel, and shout out to Sunkee Angel. We played her What Agenda, trailer in the beginning, and then we played the actual song. So again, make sure y'all go ahead and check out Sunkee Angel and their music. Their music is dope. Homegirl is creative as hell and don't give no fuck, and I appreciate that. But let's take a look at a video that Sunkee Angel did in reference to the gay agenda. And this one's starring Snoop Dogg. Remember when Snoop Dogg said that when he went to go take one of his younger relatives to go see the Toy Story movie or go see some sort of Disney movie, that, you know, when the woman kissed the woman or something, it confused him? Interesting. Let me go ahead and mute myself because I want this to speak for itself. I want Sunkee Angel to speak for herself, okay? Since Snoop felt weird about the young child seeing same-sex shit, then I wonder why he didn't feel weird about this.
This is a man. Who was in the crowd? Children. And who right there chilling with the children, looking at a man shake his balls backwards?
I was booked for an event. Like I get booked and like other artists get booked for events. And I showed up to do my job. Now see, this is what I want to know. See how selective y'all are of certain people? Some of the ones out there, the cis het people, the straight men who always got something to say about the trans community. Why y'all don't have this same smoke for Snoop Dogg? It's a whole fucking child up there breakdancing his ass off. And it's a stripper right next to him, bungee jumping on a stripper pole about to crack her ass. But you don't get that same outrage like the black guy who just came for me for performing at a performance that I was booked at. And he was sitting there with his mother. And like I said, the mother eventually left, but you know, I'm just making a valid point to let y'all know that people pick and choose and they're very selective. They have selective outrage as it pertains to certain people. So this is why I do the work that I do. And like I fucking said, if you're transphobic, I'm going to sit my balls on your nose, darling. It's fuck you, period. As it pertains to you transphobic ass niggas and bitches out there who think y'all just gonna bully somebody because of who the fuck we are. Our lives does not mean that we're here for your motherfucking children. We are human beings with feelings and emotions like everybody else.
Just wanted to make sure with that. So as you can see on the screen, girl, drop it like it's hard. And how many of us at a very young age listened to that song? How many of us at a young age remember hearing that on the radio? Rock it like it's, I never catch attitude. Drop them like it's odd. I got the rollie on my arm and I'm pouring on. I brought that bag because I got it going on. That's wider than what's spilling down your throat. Big booty bitch on the pole, girl. Busting it down, and there's a young boy dancing on the stage. Nobody in all these people in the audience, ain't nobody in the audience jump up and say, no, that's wrong. Ain't nobody in the audience say, oh my God, get that child out of here. Then nobody rush the stage and try to rush the child and grab the child and save the child from this shit. No. It's because it's heterosexual, and heterosexual is going to always be right. Regardless of how, when y'all sit up here and demonize us as queer people, y'all don't even follow y'all own fucking standards and requirements that you're having, that you want us to follow. Y'all don't even follow it. Amir, why is not a video about this, nigga? We care about the children, right? Okay then. Well, this child got a big booty ass bitch on the stage twerking, dancing on the pole. In part one with Blaire White. Oh my God, this old grandma was stripping in front of all these young kids while I was playing pony. Meanwhile, Snoop, a hip hop artist, a rap artist, girl who's been able to cross over into different audiences, not just black but white. Everybody likes. A lot of people like Snoop Dogg, girl. Playing one of the iconic songs that Snoop is known for. And this is what's happening. But y'all get mad at Sunkee Angel because Sunkee Angel was literally at an event. Sunkee Angel didn't have her titties out. Sunkee Angel didn't have her privates out. Sunkee Angel did not have no damn two-piece on with some little shit or little pasties on while she just jumping her shit going around. No. She did her New Orleans bounce shit because she was asked to perform there. And again, these people brought their child. They was like, why is the child there? No, nigga, why is the child there, bitch? The fuck? Little Boosie saying shit about children, but yet you having your young ass motherfucking son and nephews literally being raped and groomed by grown ass women just to make sure they ain't gay. Are you fucking kidding me or are you shitting me? And if you're shitting me, we need to douche or whatever that new motherfucking douche thing that Jay Inclusive made a video about that's healthier. Oh, but we're not done. We got one more video, girl. And then we're out of here because it's almost 7:30 and I gotta go get this herb. Speaking of Christian, we have somebody who is going to share his perspective as a Christian volunteer, Christian leader in the church. And then he came across queer youth that was homeless and he continued to engage with them, interact with them, look out for them, give them food, and did the one thing that a lot of queerphobic, not even queerphobic, I can say queerphobic, bigoted, no, I'll say queerphobic because the bigots don't give a fuck. Queerphobic people are afraid to do, to sit the fuck down and actually shut the hell up and listen to what these people are saying, and to listen, not just to respond, but to understand. And he reveals how he had an inner conflict with what it is that he's been indoctrinated to believe about queer people and what the reality is and the harm that is done to these queer people. And in this particular instance, queer youth. Let's take a listen.
Time when I was a youth pastor, I used to volunteer with my church and go downtown, and we would hand out these sanitary care packages to people. I used to ride the trolley to work every day, and there was a community of young kids who lived under a bridge at the trolley station. The youth pastor in me was like, let me go to these kids. And my goal was to witness to these kids and get them in church. I was going to go to them and I was going to tell them about Jesus, and Jesus was going to transform their lives and deliver them from whatever they had going on. So I started talking to these kids almost every day. I would go to these kids. I would bring them snacks from the corner store that was by the trolley station. And I began to ask these kids, well, what happened? How did you become unhoused? And I started to notice a pattern with the kids where they all started saying, my mom found out I have a girlfriend and I got kicked out. I told my dad that I was trans and they kicked me out. All of these kids were black and brown kids who had been kicked out of their house for being queer. Their stories started to challenge me on the love that I thought I had for not only just human beings, but for black people. My interactions with these young queer black kids was one of the things that actually started me on this journey of deconstructing the doctrines that I believed within my own Christianity. Two things you can take away from this. If you serve a Jesus that says, if one of my sheep get lost, I'll leave the 99 and go after them, what would that Jesus think of you kicking your own child out of the house? Secondly, if you claim to be pro-Black and love Black people, how pro-Black are you really if you're okay with the youngest and most vulnerable of us being unhoused and suffering just because of who they are? You're not pro-Black until you're pro all Black people.
So Amir, I mean, bro, you have your own perspective. This is what you think and all that type of stuff, and I guess that's cool or whatever. But if you're going to speak objectively, this is what we're dealing with. So I'm going to need for you, again, since it's Pride Month, let me change my music. Since it's Pride Month, I want y'all to show us what a Turning Point USA family-friendly Pride events look like. Like, I want to see more resolutions. I want to see what can actually be the change that people can follow. Because what y'all been saying, especially with this video that we watched, it don't make no damn sense. And I can only imagine what this video of you talking about LGBT activists destroying the community is going to be about. But yeah, I wanted to come through with this live and finish this live up. It wasn't gonna be no part 3, bitch. This is the part 2 and the 3 in the finale. Okay, but first of all, thank y'all so much for watching the live. I really do appreciate it. Please make sure y'all hit that like button because it helps the channel to grow in the algorithms. We are at 12,000 and some change subscribers on the road to whatever the hell is next. Okay, if you want to contribute to that subscription growth, you can definitely hit that cat. That's the last part. Excuse me. You can definitely hit that subscription subscribe button and make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can stay up to date with all of my content, both live and edited. If there's anything that I've said in this live that you resonate with, whether you agree, disagree, you want to read me for filth, you want to throw all type of pejoratives and profanity my way, that's cool. You have the first, I think it's the First Amendment, right, to speak your mind and say what you want to say. The only thing that I ask that is a requirement is that you tag me, BubzDaGawd, so that I know that it's real. And if you feel compelled, you can definitely hit that Cash App at the bottom of the screen, $ Conscious TV, that's Conscious with a Z, leaving the note that it's for BubzDaGawd, or you can hit me up on PayPal, paypal.me/BubzDaGawd. We take everything that jingle, fold, and in between. Thank you so much. Shout out to, let me get the people here and say shout out to y'all. Shout out to IG in the building for showing up. Shout out to Hitman in the building. Shout out to J Inclusive. Make sure y'all subscribe to J Inclusive. Amazing content, and I got to check out your most recent content. I've kind of been busy with other stuff. We got DJ The Truth TV in the building. Deshaun in the building as always. The king of the comments, girl. I already said IG. I already said J. Shout out to Sean Rockers TV. I hope I said that right. Shout out to you. Shout out to Aries in the building. Shout out to you as always. Shout out to Queen Stevie as always. Make sure y'all go ahead and check Queen Stevie out on her platform. Dope ass commentary. Tomorrow she'll be going in, so I'm definitely gonna make sure that I'm in the building to listen to that. No shade. I think shout out to Hitman Ruler in the building. Hope to see you back. You say you want me tonight. I'm most likely coming back tonight. I just gotta hurry up and get to the dispensary for the shit closed. No shade, but shout out to y'all. Shout out, of course, to the king. Okay, Conscious TV. Make sure y'all subscribe to him. For real, for real. I think that was mostly. Oh no! Shout out to AJ, Robin in the building. Shout out to you. Queen Stevie. Shout out to you. I mean not Stevie. Queen Spicy. Excuse me. Shout out to you, Queen Spicy. Shout out to everybody who came through. Shout out to those who commented. Shout out to those in the replay game. Shout out to those of you in the bushes. And again, Amir or Blaire, if you happen to watch this content, I'm down to have a conversation, whether it's private or public. Because if you're trying to really get to the gray area, you have an individual here that's willing to get to that as well. And I'm on the other side, quote unquote, of the fence. So I think if we're trying to have that gray area conversation, I'll be an individual to have that with. Okay. So with that being said, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all hype the live up. And we're going to be back later on tonight. Make sure that your notification bell is set to all so you know when I'm coming through. Until then, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening and happy motherfucking Pride. Peace.
I can be anything I choose in this round.
sound vibration too deep to tell.